Alright, listen. So we're going to come in the morning. Everyone pretty much falls to sleep around about 2 o'clock. 6 hours go by, and the sun is just beginning to crest over the ocean. And what was kind of restful, but not a comfortable sleep for Addy is kind of jarred open with this feeling of being watched.
Oh, God.
And when you open your eyes, you see that you are surrounded by 17 pirates staring down at you. Glee and excitement in their eyes.
Should have taken a short rest.
The dwarf looks to you, whom you would recognize as Rocco from your t-shirt last week. And he says, "All right, Anakin, we're ready to go. Up with the dawn as a sailor should."
I was hoping you would say that. Let's go.
Okay? You look at all 17 men, and it looks like they've actually grabbed their stuff. Some of them have burlap sacks that they've tied rope around and slung over their shoulders. Mm-hmm. You see, as before, they weren't previously well armed. They were just kind of carrying heavy pieces of wood with nails in them. You see that some of them have actually acquired daggers, but there's still a majority of just driftwood that they found that's sturdy enough to hold. Uh-huh. A couple of them have armed a little bit, but the majority are still pretty underprepared for battle.
Oh, they're properly equipped to kill me.
This is
All right.
Swordsling got some sea swords.
They visited Swordley.
You know,
tonight.
if they need some sea swords, I have some sea swords.
Listen, to be fair, if they visit Swordley, they'd all be equipped with beef jerky.
Yeah.
That's important for sea.
It is.
So where you're at now, on Bayside Wharf, is there's a very large beach, and the beach gives way to the ocean and the docks that make up the city portion, where boats dock, the housing is, and such matters. You're far to the east, where the sea meets the land and the beach stops. You can see a bit to the north is actually where you came in from when you had originally shipwrecked not too far from this spot. That was to the east. So a little bit more east, you could follow the road that you had traveled before and end up back there. But you do know that should you take that trail, that will take you into kind of a center spot where you could either go off the trail to that beach, you could take it you could take it south to get to the Jade Reef, or you could take it west towards the Tabaxi Town.
Alright.
Otherwise, the city is now beginning to wake up. Dawn is bringing the sailors and dockhands back to their stations, but it's still, the people there would still be in kind of a dreary haze.
Alright.
What would you like to do?
I'm going to tell them that they have two options. They can go demand some breakfast from the bar, or they can accompany me to find my accomplice before we go to the ship.
Oh boy.
As you
They can do
suggest
either
this,
one.
everybody digs in their bag and they pull out turkey.
Alright.
They did visit Swordsling.
Do what you will. I've got to meet someone before we head out.
Where are we going?
Follow me. And I'm going to go to Adela's room.
Okay.
Praying.
You lead a train of people down the docks. Mm-hmm. And you eventually come to the end of one where you find the room of Adela.
I'm going to knock.
I'll sleepily answer it. Oh, do I know you now?
Did you not before?
I don't know.
Alright, that was a weird way to greet me. But, listen. Captain Anna's crew, we're gonna go on the ship. Do you happen to know where she docked?
I don't remember where it is.
As you look at Addy, and you look behind, and you see these 17 bloodthirsty pirates, you get a sense of immense danger.
I want you to know my expression says help.
It's like Addy with his back to the pirates.
All right, so you've been asked very casually where the ship was. You do know where it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Answer as you wish.
Alright. I'm gonna give her directions to where it is.
You are told that along the west side of the island. And as you kind of run it around in your head, the distance to where it's docked is about the distance to where you washed up. Almost the mirror side of the island.
Okay.
Though you're not completely sure of a path to get there, you have a general direction that you could head in and probably hit.
Okay.
There will be a roll or two to make it, but you could do it.
Okay. Sorry, my kneecaps were getting licked. Alright, gents. Looks like we're off to go meet the captain.
And they... Yeah! Just an eruption.
I wish cell phones existed so I could text everyone, help me. Please, dear God, help me.
I fucked up. Okay.
Alright.
With directions. Handful of jerky. And 17 guards on your side. Where do you go?
I'm gonna start heading in the general direction in which I know the ship is now.
Okay. This will take you south. It'll take you into the jungle. You'll find that cross path that takes you to the 2 locations noted.
Ooh, before I go, can I have a quick moment with Adela?
Know that whatever you said will be overheard by the pirates.
Oh, I am okay with that.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna hand her a card. I'm gonna sleight of hand it.
All right. They will make a perception check.
Let me grab the card real quick, and then I will roll the sleight of hand, which I should be okay with. I say really quietly, I should be okay with.
Knock on wood.
Anyone can crit fail.
Don't
Yes, I'm leading in
start
crit
with-
fails for the campaign.
So says the most experienced.
In this game,
Not
at
me.
least, yes.
I'm going to.
You're almost winning, actually.
What?
Give it a roll.
Alright.
What kind of card is that? Is that an actual tarot card?
Yeah.
Yes. That would be a 15.
Okay. You're able to slide it to Adela. Adela, make a sleight of hand check to
Oh, God.
to receive it without being seen.
It's toward the bottom.
Oh, good. It's an 8.
So,
Mine's flat.
is Addy thanks Adela for the directions. He extends his
Yep.
hands and puts them together in a very gracious thank you motion. And as he separates them, he palms the card from his sleeve and pushes it towards Adela, who raises her hand, takes it, and looks directly at the card.
It's just one of my
What is the
playing
card?
cards.
Okay.
I'm gonna die is pretty much what it
Yeah.
says.
It's the death card.
Oh boy.
The pirates look at Adela, look at you, and then cheer because they're going to a boat.
Yep. I figured they wouldn't care. Just, It was trying to send a message. Without, saying, help me, I'm gonna die.
I had a good idea of the card you were putting out there, and I knew how they would react to seeing the death card. So, with that, you take off.
Yep.
You travel south. You hit
I'm gonna miss
that
you guys.
crossroads. You gauge the place where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
This requires taking the road towards Tabaxi Town, but you see that well-traveled path going towards the Tabaxi Town. You see how it branches off. The path actually starts heading more southwest, which you would kind of have a general idea would take you away from this location.
Okay.
You see the less traveled path. You've seen this was very similar to the one you've seen before. It's been trodden, but not very often. So it looks like maybe a hunter's path or animals use it. So go ahead and roll a survival check. You're going to get advantage because the pirates will help you.
Ooh, helpful pirates. That would be a solid 10.
All right.
Let's go the animal path.
Conferring with Rocco, you determine that the animal path is in fact the best path. You begin to make your way further and further down.
Hey, if I get eaten by animals, they get eaten by animals. That's all I gotta fucking say.
You can push them in front of you.
And in fact, it would happen. You would be there in the morning, Animals are hungry in the morning.
Yeah.
A large panther leaps out, is almost immediately killed. It leaps out, and the pirates draw their daggers, their chunks of wood. A couple of them get a minor mauling.
All right.
Let
me know if anyone dies.
That's what we're gonna check on right now. Let's see how minor the mauling is. 2 people get mauled.
Oh, the ones that driftwood.
2 people get mauled. They have so here's what happens is this is like an elderly human runs up and he's trying to recapture his youth as a pirate, and
God.
he just raises this, like, it was part of the dock once. It was part of what went deep enough into the sand that would steady the dock itself. He raises it above his head and it actually drops him onto his back, and the fucking panther just buries into his stomach and
So he
rips him
dies?
out. Yeah, him dead.
So 2 guys died?
And then, Ransford, tell me about the other pirate who got killed and then how he died by a panther.
Can it be Rocco?
No, it can't be Rocco. Rocco. I named Rocco. No one's 86ing Rocco on a goof.
Okay.
Except for me.
So it's this young pirate. He's like 16.
Oh, okay.
Real skinny, real scrawny.
So we have the
Is
extremes
it cold
here.
or is it just me?
He's got he goes with his dagger and he lunges at the panther.
I'm gonna have
And
a coat, I guess.
And he stabs it in the shoulder, and the panther just wallops him in the face and like rips his whole face off.
So as he stabs the dagger into the considerably meaty shoulder of the panther, it just bites onto his neck and just snaps.
Yeah, he was trying to have a rebellious phase, just failed.
I feel like you just killed Shaggy from Scooby.
Like, zoinks, man, I'm gonna unmask this. Scoob!
That was almost the voice you were doing.
Yeah.
Like,
I had to flip over and check and make sure I wasn't 16, and I'm not, so we're good.
All right, so
better not be. Jesus.
Yeah.
so that's 15 pirates.
I mean, that would explain a lot,
Alright.
though.
So
Yeah.
you've traveled a good way into the jungle. The sun is actually over the horizon now, and the cool air is starting to warm up a little bit. As you've noticed being on the island, it gets fairly damp at night. Not necessarily cold, but there's definitely a feeling of moisture at night. And then when the sun begins to rise, on what's looking like is going to be a cloudy day after a very stormy day previous, it's starting to get humid. The bugs are starting to buzz and chirp a little bit, and you're hearing some distant animals. But you're in the middle of this jungle, and this is going to be time to make another check. Is there anything you want to do before this check?
Now I'm gonna let the dice take me.
Roll with advantage.
Not rolling you any fucking more. Not that it helped me. Oh, it did. 15.
Okay. You are able to discern a path to this beach.
Do the other pirates see the beach?
Rocco sees the path because he's helping you.
Damn it. Alright.
Punch Rocco in the nose.
We'll continue.
Okay.
Punch him in the eye. Then he has to wear an eye patch like a real pirate.
Punch him in
Ooh,
the
I
other
should
eye.
just convince him that he just needs an eye patch.
Punch him in the other eye. That way they can call him Blind Rocco.
Man.
You can start hearing the waves hit the shore again. You're hearing the seagulls not too far off in the distance. You know you're 15 minutes away from the beach. There soon you will be. You can't see through the trees yet. There's still dense coverage. Anything else you want to do?
We're gonna keep going.
Okay.
Actually, do I still have that jacket that is the first mate's or whatever?
You're wearing it.
I'm going to disrobe that. I'm gonna still wear the patchwork armor,
Yeah.
but not the jacket.
When you do so, Rocco actually moves to take it from you. As you're taking it off, instead of you just jamming it into your pack.
Oh, I was just gonna
He's
toss
going-
it on the ground.
Oh, he'll pick it up.
Okay.
You get the idea, this dude's sucking up to the first mate. You breach the trees and see the beach. And as you look not too far from the beach, there is a large red with a dark brown rail around it ship. You see the masts are beginning to drop. A couple boats are actually making their way to shore now.
Alright. There it is, men.
They explode once again. They jump up and down for joy. They're waving and they're calling and they're excited. The boats are coming already, so they must know you're coming with new recruits.
Must have.
So, good portion of them, about 5 or 6, run over to meet them at shore.
Alright. I'm gonna keep a slow pace.
Okay. 10's still around you.
Mm-hmm.
They seem to be a little, maybe we don't just run out and greet pirates of the Boiling Sea Gang.
Yeah.
Maybe we go with
That's why I
our
didn't do
envoy.
Yeah.
So as you look off in the distance, them jumping up and down in the water now, these 2 boats with a couple people on it, you can't see what they're doing, but you see they are rowing more intently now.
Mm-hmm.
Our
Alright.
recruit's about to get slaughtered.
I know, that's why I don't want to be here.
You're walking very slowly to where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
Rocco looks to you, and he says, "So you're sure you can get us in?"
Oh, I'm sure.
Good. Good. I've been amongst many vessels, and none of them have been prestigious and as powerful as the Boiling Sea Gang.
Oh, for sure.
So, do you wait at shore for these 2 boats to arrive?
What else is around? Is it just shore? And
It's just
the boat?
beach, jungle behind you.
Okay. I'm going to... I'm going to get everybody as close as I can to the shore.
Okay. They'll happily get in the water. These boats are maybe now 20 feet away. They're starting to hit the land and they need to kind of push a little bit harder. Maybe 2 people get out. You see the first boat has 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't look to be super well armed, but they are at least armed.
Does anyone have any arrows or anything like that?
You see that a couple people do have arrows on their back. It does look like they're mostly sporting short bows or small crossbows.
I'll check. How close are these people that are on shore? The pirates that are on shore with us, not the fuckos I brought.
So the fuckos you brought, we're gonna say they're about 10 feet in front of you. They're in the water, their ankles are getting hit with seawater. The actual pirates, they're probably now about closing in on 15 feet. 3 in the boat, 2 pushing the boat through the water and kind of through the sand to run it ashore. There's a boat behind them about 5 feet, so another one about 20 feet away still.
Okay.
So it looks like you have 10 of Captain Anna's people coming your way.
Alright. I am going to disengage and dash.
Okay. All right. You take a few steps back. You look to your left. You look to your right, and just take off. Rocco, who is by your side, your faithful companion, who's carrying your coat, he goes, "Anakin, wait!" And he starts taking off. And he goes, "Boys, something's wrong! Anakin's running off!"
Okay.
Crooked, let's try it again.
Can I at least get a head start from them?
And 7 other people follow him.
Alright, that's fine.
It's only 7.
I just need a head start, that's all I need.
So, you dash.
I mean, he's holding the first mate's coat. That doesn't look good.
But he's a dwarf, and he runs significantly smaller, but there's a lot.
But it doesn't look good when you're carrying a dead first mate's coat.
Fair point. But thankfully, he's running into the jungle now with you.
Yeah.
So he and 7 more, they're running off after you.
Yep.
You will eventually get ahead of them, but they're going to make checks to track you because you're going through a heavily wooded area. So we're going to say that you are a persistent 30 feet ahead. But they are yelling and they are calling for you. And as you're running, you hear the voices yelling and calling, "Anakin, wait, please, where are you going?" And then you hear voices more distant going, "Who said that?" And then you hear the sound of swords being drawn and people being slain.
Yep. That's what I figured. That's why I ran like hell.
So, for the sake of brevity, roll me a stealth check with disadvantage. strictly because it is easy to track somebody running through the jungle, and you don't have that much of a lead on them.
Emily, get away from me. Sorry.
Ooh. Oh.
Alright.
Oh.
I'm shaking now. What
just
did I
happened?
do?
Rolled a
I rolled
natural
a
20 and a 5.
Ooh!
Too bad I can't put that 20 on the chart.
But
for
I
you.
rolled a 4 with the 5. 12.
Tearing through the woods, hauling ass, full tilt boogie. You're running as hard as you can.
Yep.
And just as you're beginning to create more and more distance, you find yourself coming up close to the road. Mm-hmm. This road looks like there's not a lot around it, but you see there is large brush. So you quickly dive into some of these bushes. Mm-hmm. You do your best to try to pull them on top of you, and you sit quietly. You cover your nose and your mouth with your hands to just silence yourself completely. And as you do, 8 people come by. And they're right in that area. You hear them talking. Why would he run? Did you hear them getting killed back there? And Rocco says, something really fishy about what's going on. I think he sent us to die. Why else would he run from that? And as you hear them begin to walk away, you are bathed in light as the bush is pulled apart. A 14.
Man.
And there you stand. Lay. And Rocco looks down to you, and he's drawn probably maybe the only scimitar in this group.
Damn.
And he points at you. It says, "You're not part of their gang, are you?
I was.
But you're not now.
Nope.
I see." And he's going to raise the sword above him, and he is going to make an attack on you.
Alright.
Well, that is going to be a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
6 points of damage.
Alright.
And as he slams this cutlass down onto you, you try to block it with your guards, but this shitty leather armor almost gives way directly into the blow. Kind of like, oh, that's why we killed all of them so easily.
Yep.
And everyone cheers. You hear weapons being drawn. You hear people trampling fauna to get to you. And just as you are ready to pick yourself up and flee, let's be honest,
Yeah.
a voice cracks above them. It says, "Hey! All of you! Drop your weapons!" And they turn and look. They drop all of their weapons. And as you quickly sit up, you see there are 3 men, and they're wearing polished uniform armor. And they're carrying behind them 3 large covered wagons. And you hear somebody say under their breath, "Shit, the Jade Guard." The 3 come up with long swords drawn. And they point to all of them and they say, "Move, all of you! Move back! Go back to the go back to the covered vans." And they all drop, and they know the reputation of this guard. They know how dangerous they are. They know they can't breach that armor with their pathetic weapons. And they begin to walk back. And one guard is presumably leading them back. And one guard looks over to you and says, "What have you done to bring yourself out to the jungle to be killed?"
I was attacked by these men. What do you mean? Look at this.
And he extends a hand down to grab yours.
I'll grab it.
And he pulls you up. Then he looks to you and he says, "Well, seems like you've had an unlucky day."
I have. I really have.
And you hear a metal clink. Clink!
Yep. It got worse.
A lot.
Yeah.
And he pulls you. And as you turn around, you see that these covered vans are now uncovered, and they're bars. And inside, you see there are people inside.
Yep. Yeah, I thought that's where that was going.
And you see on the side the great emblem of waves with the shark. This is a slave envoy of the Boiled Sea Gang.
Yep. I'm still alive.
Get
For now.
That backfired spectacularly.
You are
Not that bad.
You are then
Not that bad.
beaten severely and stripped of everything.
Oh, that's fine.
Though you are mercifully put in a separate cage.
Yes.
You are then recovered and you travel for a time that you can't quite understand, can't really get how long it's been. And then the cage you're in is rocked and moved. You seem to be lifted in the air by something. A tarp still placed over. You hear talking back and forth. It sounds like someone is speaking to somebody with great dignity, with fear. Where you're at now, there's like a small there's like a small curtain that you could maybe peer through. Would you like to see who this person's talking to?
Sure.
Roll a perception check.
5.
You can't see.
That's fine. I don't need to.
Your cage is moved around more, and you're given food that the more you eat it, the more you're assured it is drugged. So you fall in and out of consciousness, back and forth, asleep for how long you don't know, but awake for less time than that. You feel yourself back on the open ocean. The waves rock back and forth. The storms rage above you, and the cage gets hot. There are elderly people around you who are just dying, but no care is made to remove them.
Oh, that's good.
The journey eventually ends as your boat is docked on a strange new place. And as you are chained, as you're too weak to resist, you are led ashore. And as you look up, you see what could have only once been a great volcano that has been built and carved into a massive prison. And at the very top of this flies a flag of a gear. And you are led in where you will remain for the rest of your life. The days rewind back, but we're somewhere far, far away.
I'm not dead.
We are in...
I'm sorry.
It's fine. We are in a very distant place, very detached from Bayside Wharf and the cruel travelers that travel yonder. We, in fact, find ourselves in a heavily wooded area. The sky, very present. It never changes. If anyone should ever look up to it, they would see what looks like just the end of a storm. Black, heavy clouds are lit with silver linings and small rays piercing through the darkness. It always seems to be sunset now. Beautiful oranges and yellows and great whites push through the sky. What little light comes through usually hits against the canvas of this dark, dark wood. And we come to a young man standing on a black dirt trail. He has just had a very fortunate conversation with a very understanding creature. But he stands next to a very well-dressed gentleman that you would know is Quincy Leyland.
So, the young man is about 4 foot 8 feet tall, 4 foot 8 inches tall. Not because that would be 12 feet tall together. Sorry. All right, 4 feet 8 inches tall. He is himself almost a reflection of the colors of this autumn. He has red gold hair, and his armor is a very red gold ish color, and
Yes,
he
speak
wears sorry.
I can barely hear you, sorry.
He wears a cloak that looks as though it's made of autumn leaves, and he carries a staff now that he has most recently received, with strange blue runes all over it that almost seem to faintly glow.
The man, Quincy, looks down to you, and he says, Many things are thought of the black dirt on this path. You may know it as the path of exile, a fitting punishment for what you've done. But I think you should look at it as the path to redemption. Now, the courts have made up their minds, the public have made up their minds. But if you are interested, there is a bit of official business I should like for you to attend to that might offer some bereavement at the mercy of the court. Something to perhaps soothe them upon your return.
What would you have me do?
You are to be sent to a location on the material plane that is decided by the Fae itself. But I may direct you to somewhere where you could do good for the Fae courts. I will send you to a small island where some human has dared desecrate the very power of the Fae Wild, who would encroach on the Fae Lord's strength without kindness, without permission. I would ask that you find this person, and I would ask that you do what you think needs to be done. His name is Lendor Firthjoy. Find him. I believe in your heart. You shall know what to do.
First joy.
And Nikos, you take this information and you begin to walk that path of exile. And as you do, your eyes focus, almost without intention, on the never-changing horizon. And almost in a trance, you walk further and further. And as you do, the trees that you have become so acquainted with that makes your home, they begin to almost vibrate. And in that vibration, they begin to change. And for the first time, you see that horizon move. You see that distant light. It falls and gives way to darkness. And then behind you, it rises again to this great peak where everything is illuminated, but then it falls again. And it does so in a quicker, over and over, so fast it seems like it's light, day, night, over and over. Everything around you, the trees begin to change, and these noises, these manic noises, quickly begin to rise and fall. Silence, the sound of never-ending life, and then silence again. You walk more just to the horizon, never stopping, out of complete control of yourself. You walk to what you feel like your body is exhausted, and just as those days and nights begin to change faster and faster, they begin to slow, and slow, and slow, until you walk some short moments in the pitch black. You feel what is only like the air you have been breathing is sucked out of you, and then something different fills your lungs. It's every bit unfamiliar and jarring, but then that light comes back till it's just barely overhead behind you, and a deep humidity hits you, and you just sweat. Buckets of sweat. It's awful. Just right down into your shorts. Everything is floating right now. And you walk and you hit this beach, and you see there is a large building that is poorly constructed out of what looks like broken ships, yellow sand, and a full gambit of life walking around large docks. You have just entered the material plane for the first time. What do you want to do?
I am going to make a constitution check not to vomit.
All right, give it a roll. A 5.
Yeah.
You throw up.
Okay, so I just kind of right there on the beach, I just kind of like plant my staff to give myself some like brace myself a bit, and I just lean over and I just let it go out. It's just like and then I think it's over and I'm like and then finally it's done and I'm just like
You wipe your mouth and you spit out the rest of the vomit.
and I say, I'm gonna have to do that again sometime.
Tell me he's like in the middle of town.
He is right next to the shipwreck, in full view. As everyone has left their room, you are treated to the sight of somebody violently vomiting. We are fully equipped with everyone who slept in their rooms, including Breeze, who slept on the beach, meeting at the shipwreck for your morning breakfast. Lestel and Kaz accompany.
If you haven't lost your breakfast watching that.
If you still have your appetite,
Yep.
you can fill it. Everyone is now together. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna talk to them. Say,
Wait. You just seen all of that?
I was gonna rush to this guy's aid, so if you're gonna talk to me, I'm gonna push past you.
okay, I'm gonna say, well, tribute, let's check on this guy, but there's something important I gotta tell you. And I'm gonna walk with her towards this guy.
Okay.
All right.
Cass?
I guess I'll walk over. Just slight concern.
Adela?
I was at this point. Everything that had.
Yeah, Addy is gone.
Okay. Yeah. For how long? Just the same
It's
day.
just been gone.
Okay. So I'm gonna kind of pull Cass aside and kind of explain to you what happened.
Now, Cass, you can either walk up to this guy or heed Adela.
I'll stop for Adela.
Okay.
Aww.
Let's cover this first. So, approaching is Tribute and Breeze. Lestel is kind of staying back. He's dealt with enough people throwing up that he doesn't want to do it anymore. Kaz is in the back going, "Freshman!" Approaching you is, what is it, rose gold skin?
Yes, that's what I wrote on the character sheet.
Is a rose gold skin tiefling and
I got a tawny tabaxi.
a tawny
Did you
tabaxi.
see, are you an ocelot or a snow leopard?
I got an ocelot.
Okay.
All right.
They approach.
All right. So I lift my head, and the first people I am meeting, and I say, well, and I kind of mumbled, hopefully to myself, oh, well, locals. Hello, and I kind of like give out my hand. I'm like, my name is Nikos the Younger.
Nikos, the
Yeah.
younger.
The Younger.
Are you okay?
Let me think. And I put my hand back on
Constitution
my
check?
stomach. Yeah, Constitution check.
Or saving throw if you've got it.
I don't have the saving throw. That's 17.
Yeah, you're holding it.
Yeah, I'm like, I got it for now. I think I got it for now. I might have to take it easy on breakfast though.
Understandable.
All right.
All right, Nico, stay there for a second. Tribute.
Tribute, do you want to say anything to Nikos? Is it been adequately...
Depends. Is he like turning me away? Or are you
No, I'm not turning
are you
away.
gonna start an entirely new conversation?
No,
You're
this
gonna be
is
like, hey, Tribute, here's this important thing. I'm gonna be kind of caught off guard.
This is the thing that I wanted to tell you. Addy is trying to get in with the Bloodseed gang, and I think she's trying to use that to get to the captain. Just want to let you know because she might need help. He might need help.
with that news delivered, go ahead and deliver your news, Adela.
So, Addy kind of came to my door this morning with 17 people behind him, and he handed me the death card.
The death card?
Yeah, wanted to go to Captain Anna's ship, and
He wanted to what?
yes,
Is he trying to get himself killed?
I think so. I'm not sure.
That's the suicide card. Yeah.
So have I heard this?
You heard what?
You heard what they were saying because Breeze didn't take much care to.
Oh,
Breeze,
Shoulder up.
in a minute. Are you sure you don't need healing?
it should be okay. I'm gonna need more food in my stomach to replace, well, that. But I think I should be fine for now.
I hand him some jerky.
I'm like, oh, thank you. And I just look at it, and I this is probably the first time I've ever seen jerky, because I'm willing to bet that most Eladrin are probably vegetarian.
I'll tell you what, roll me an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Please
Can I make
think
it a
it's
history? Because I'm proficient in history.
Let's make it an investigation.
Investigation.
Yes.
So I'm not proficient in that. It's a 5.
Okay. Alex, you know what jerky is. Tell me what jerky is, but be wrong, because this is what Nikos thinks it is.
All right. So tell me what I think the thing that he gave me is.
Right.
Or, all right.
Nikos goes, "Oh, I know what this is," and it's completely wrong. It's just completely wrong, but that's what he thinks it is.
Okay, so he thinks this is. It looks almost like a rubbery sort of tree bark to him, and he thinks, "Oh, this must be some kitschy local remedy for an upset stomach." And so he puts it in his mouth and he chews a little bit, and then he realizes that he's eating meat. And
Constitution saving throw. You throw it up.
Oh, good. Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm just like, and I'm just like, I'm sorry. And I just looked back and I said, I'm a vegetarian.
Well, you should have told me that sooner.
Are you sure you're all right? Did you just get off a ship?
Technically, no, but I did travel.
Explain?
I'm...
A voice comes up. An Eladrin? And an older tiefling, red skin,
Tiefling, bro.
curled horns. A very old man walks up to you. Not very old. We'll say he's in kind of his later 50s, but in this day and age, that's very old for someone. He's wearing now torn up, respectable clothes, so they've been shredded to bits. He's holding a book heavy in his hand. He's holding it close to his chest, and he says, "Could you be an Eladrin?"
Do I know what that is?
I don't. What's
Well,
an
this is
Eladrin?
Oh, I got like a 15.
Okay.
Fascinating. I've never seen one in person.
Alright, so I look at this new friend and I said, yes, actually, that's it completely.
That's incredible. They're said to never leave. Oh my.
It's... yeah. It's pretty clear that he figured out
Yes.
at least a part of my backstory. I say, yeah, we don't usually leave willingly.
I understand. Let's go. Let's get you some food.
Sure. Do you have anything that isn't meat, Felice?
Do you consider fish meat?
Do I?
Do you?
I'm gonna. Okay. I'm
Let
just
the
gonna,
dice decide.
Yes, let the dice decide. Okay, so I'm gonna say 35 or above, no. Below 35, yes. 9.
Damn.
So
Yes, you do consider it meat.
so I do consider it meat, and I say, yes, I do.
Well, they have plenty of bread and these terrible, terrible fruits called pineapples. Though once you've eaten them, they're very good. I'm sure you would find a good breakfast there.
All right. I will gladly accompany you, sir. You're very friendly. Will you come along?
Give me 1 second to talk to my friends.
The old man extends his hand for a handshake,
All right.
and he says, "They'll certainly follow. I'm Listel."
Estelle, that's not the guy I was looking for. Yeah, that's right. All right, and I extend my hand. I say, Nikos.
He says, "It's fine to meet you. Come, let us find a seat before they are filled with vomit." And he's going to begin to lead you towards this building. A short-haired, short but with red hair, half elf actually starts walking with you, and he starts when you walk past, and you look at him, he goes,
That's your brother right there.
I just kind of wave. And I don't know the customs of this land.
That could be a great greeting, yeah.
and you are
that's true.
and you are led towards the bar.
God, we have 2 aliens now.
With that, the rest of you are left outside.
Leave the other one.
And I'm gonna repeat the information I told Tribute to everybody else. They'll just
Okay.
they go to the ship.
Addy asked where it was. I directed them.
Wait, you know where the ship is? Where is it?
Yes, I found it during my swim last night.
You went for a swim?
Yes.
How'd it go?
That's not the
I'm sorry.
Where's the ship?
It's on the shore.
Which shore? The west shore.
That's rather far from here.
Should we follow or just leave her to her own devices?
Tribute gives Breeze a pitying face.
How
Since
long-
no one can see the face that I
How
just
long
gave you.
ago did he
IRL.
leave?
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, finish that. But
Yeah.
And you're just now saying
you know
something.
it right here.
All right,
Well,
thank
I was
you.
going to try and find you guys, and then you had to go and investigate the vomiting person.
He vomited quite a bit as he wipes off his feet and there's little splatter on it.
If it was hours ago, he's got an incredible head start on us.
He's probably dead with the rate with our group.
Man,
Wait,
It's my fault.
it's not wrong.
It was not my fault.
No, it's not.
who are you talking about? What's her fault?
Addy.
No. Addie.
No, her fault.
No, she said it's not
Addy
her
being
fault.
dead. It's not her
Yes.
fault that Addy is an
Okay.
idiot.
And he goes off alone to fight pirates.
So as you guys are having this conversation, as Tribute is very loudly outlining the inevitable doom of
Listen,
a companion.
Tribute doesn't like Addy. We established this.
It's true. Established. Tribute doesn't like Adela either. Tribute doesn't like anyone. It would be like, fine, I don't
like
expendable tiefling bro. I'm just listen. I'm just saying.
Me and Tribute
Look,
have a burgeoning romance happening.
I wish the listeners could see the look that just happened. That was choice. That just
I do too. I put the camera right there, and they're just being like, they go ding, right an arrow that's just gay.
I want you to know, I made this new character specifically to be friends with Sarah because her group was
tell them.
lonely. Her group was lonely. She's got by herself.
She's got an old man. What else?
Exactly.
Yeah, I got Lestelle. I don't need you. He's smart. He knows what an eladrin is.
Hey, I got your back.
That's true.
Hey, building a
very
character
good
for
friend to
Emily
play.
didn't end me good, alright?
So as you guys are having this very loud dialogue, it is weirdly broken up by a very loud clang sound. You look over and you can see the back of the shipwreck. And you see there are a couple wooden bins, but you see that the wood is darkened black by flames. And you see that human that you'd seen in the bar many times before. You'd actually seen him the night previous taking over Mazhug's place. You see he's just dropping arms loads of clothes and items into this bin. Go ahead and roll me a group perception check.
and I, of course, am inside.
You're inside.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
Paladin rules. I can't roll above a 10.
Oh.
Hey, nat 20!
Emily rolls. She can't roll above a 10.
I thought that was a 0 for a second. I got concerned.
Yeah.
Here, what happened?
Emily Wood.
I had a nat 20.
All right, so
13.
20, 13, under 10,
9.
9, dead.
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
rolled worse than you.
I'm not dead.
I had percent. I had
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm not proficient in shit.
Adela and Breeze, what the both of you see, and Adela, you see something more clearly, but what the two of you see in common is that it looks to be a lot of junk. Looks like old mugs, plates, just maybe a couple odds and ends. Looks like little wood carvings are being thrown in this bin. But you also see it looks like some fair clothes. They look like they were once dresses that boasted some brighter colors. There's no specific designs, and they actually looked a bit patched together, but they were of nice yellows and greens. quite a few of those.
What size?
With a natural 20, let's say somewhere between human and orc.
Okay.
An unspecified ratio.
Yeah.
Perhaps halfway.
You see all those getting thrown into this bin, and what you see next is someone else coming out, a smaller woman, dragging something quite heavy. The human man kind of stands and put his fists on his side, and he smiles as this native woman, the dark tan skin, half elf, she's dragging what looks like a bear's skull has been heavily tied to a long stick. She very weakly picks this up, like grabs the bear skull, she cups it in her waist and stumbles around a little bit, and she leans forward and throws it in this bin. And the dude slaps her on the back and lets out a hearty laugh, and she just like narrows her eyes and just glares at him, and he walks back in and she follows.
Well, that was odd.
I didn't see shit.
I didn't either.
You've seen stuff being thrown in this bin.
Oh.
You couldn't see how defined it was. Adela, you did though.
I'm gonna describe. Well, they were throwing out clothes
You think they were?
and a bear head.
You think those were Mazug's clothes?
Possibly.
Oh.
May have been large enough. New owners already?
I mean, the clothes look kind of colorful. I don't see Mazug wearing a lot of colors though.
Maybe back before she owned a bar.
I can't really picture Mazug not owning a bar.
Well, no, but we didn't know her for very long.
That's true.
Would the two of you, Tribute and Cass, care to investigate further, knowing what's there?
Yes.
Nah.
All right. Cass, you want to go over?
I will wait for Cass, though.
Do you want to go over?
Yeah.
When you walk over into this bin, you see it as a lot of junk. With a little more investigation, you do see that there are, in fact, these patchwork dresses. And this very large bear skull at the end of this stick, you get the idea is just on site, orcish in nature. It's a very large animal's head put on a stick to beat someone with. When you pick it up, it's heavy for you. But you feel this to be a well-used and dangerous weapon.
Okay.
Would you take it? In memoriam, maybe, or leave it?
How big is it? Is it is it like a log?
It looks like it was one of the lower branches of a tree, so it's made to kind of carry the weight of what falls down onto it. Swing them.
Yeah, I'll keep it for now.
Okay. All right. This weapon, you need to have a minimum of what is a 17? Your strength score has to be that larger modifier has to be a 17.
I can't wield it.
It does 3d6 bludgeoning damage. If you try to use it without having the proper strength, you will do so at disadvantage.
Okay.
With that, you can return to the group.
I'll do that.
Back with the group. You need to eat today.
I'll enter the shipwreck
Okay.
and find the new guy, Nico.
All right. As everyone enters the shipwreck, there's someone when you walk into the shipwreck, there's always people in it. Whether it's very full at night, waiting for some moron to do sea shanties, or whether it's early in the morning, people are trying to drinking. You don't notice someone sitting without drinking or eating further in the bar. But Cass, as you walk in, they notice you. Katie? As you're sitting at this table, you have not gone up to the bar quite yet to ask for Mazhug. You were perhaps waiting for her to come out.
Right.
But as you're sitting, just kind of trying to occupy yourself, mulling over some prayers, you see a very familiar orcish weapon wielded by a half-elf walk in the door and sit down very casual. What do you do?
I'm going to quietly approach. Excuse me.
Yes.
Where did you get that from?
The trash bin.
You got it from the trash.
Well, it used to belong to Mazhog, but she unfortunately was murdered.
Oh.
Damn.
Roll a badness check.
Yep. I didn't write my stats for that. What is that again?
That is going to be your will plus your constitution. Oh, I'm sorry. That's yeah. Your
Wisdom plus con?
I'm hearing it enough that I'm starting to say your wisdom plus your constitution.
Playing 5e.
That would be a 23.
23. You are, however you choose to react, you choose to react. You are unhindered.
It's just kind of a shut down. Like a,
Okay.
oh, then I have,
Well,
yeah.
let's
just-
play it out.
Okay. Just, there's like a blank stare for a moment.
Why don't you tell us what everyone at the table sees?
Oh, you see a kind of thin half-orc. Like, you've never seen a half-orc this tall and lanky before. He's not really built. But, and then, his hair is kind of longish, and it's pushed back by a hairband to keep out of his face. He's pretty well armored. And that's all I can really think of to describe him.
Okay. Delivering this news, it's pretty obvious that this stoic face just kind of shuts down a minute. Everyone else is at this table. What does everyone else want to react to?
Are you a
I'm watching this
relation?
guy, making sure he doesn't cause trouble.
Mazhug?
Mazhug's my mother.
Oh. I'm really sorry I told you like that then.
It's alright. Are you friends of hers, or did you just come across her things in the trash?
No,
We're friends. At least I thought I was.
it's probably more of an acquaintance than a friend, but I tried to and failed to save her.
Well, at least you were here to try.
Yes.
I was not.
We all tried.
Listel pipes up. I'm so terribly sorry for your loss and to find out such ways. Please sit. Let me buy you some breakfast. You may not be hungry now, but no sense in being sad on an empty stomach.
I appreciate it.
So as this half-orc sits to join you at the table, drawing a chair from another place where less people are sitting, pulling it up, the table's starting to fill up now, is we have, what, 9 people?
8.
Two NPCs?
Yeah, 8 people. All right. 8 people. So is he's going to pull a chair?
Yeah.
You feel a tug at your armor.
Me?
Yes. Sitting next to Cass, you see a familiar little boy. And he has a bit of folded parchment.
Oh, this is the boy who gave me the note before.
Yeah,
right?
where you got jumped.
Yes.
Man.
He says, this is from that place. He comes back forward and goes, where I'm not allowed to go, but I try to.
Thank you.
And he scampers away. And when you open it, it is a summons from Seywin to see her at the rocking ship.
Just for me?
It says and cast.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It would actually denote both you and Cass, as it does concern her.
I will fold that back up and wait for the appropriate moment to share.
Okay. You have just drawn over a seat and sat down to a fairly quiet table. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Thank you guys for letting me sit with you. My name's Talos, although my mother would have liked me to introduce myself as Or's Hug. I don't go by that name, though. It's hard to live a normal life with an orc name. I hope you understand.
I am Listel. I like to believe I'm here by fate. As fickle as it could be.
That it is.
I'm Breeze. I'm here. I tried to help save your mom. Sorry we failed.
That's all right. At least you were there and present.
Let me know if there's anything we could do.
I will. Thank you.
I say, I'm Nikos. I have no idea what's going on whatsoever, but I'm sorry to hear about your mother.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Medella, I was quite a big fan of your mother.
Oh, well,
Yes.
I'm sure she was fond of you as well. Well, maybe I don't know that for certain, but
Yes.
I'd like to think so.
She was, but I think that's only because of the company I kept.
All right.
I was better than my other company.
What's that supposed to mean?
That does put a little smirk on his face.
Addy, not you.
We can talk shit about him now. He's not here.
So wait, we're just gonna let Addy die? Not even
We haven't
gonna try
established
to
that
look?
yet.
Talos is gonna say, "I think he sounds like a great guy."
Oh boy, Addy, we should go find him right now before something bad happens to him.
It's like the Lego movie. Oh, Bruce Wayne? It sounds like a real cool guy.
I'm Cass. That's my lovely brother Kaz. And it's kind of my fault your mom died.
And Kaz fights up and goes, "No! I mean, it's really not her fault. Not a lot of people liked her.
Oh,
What do you know? You were hiding under a table.
I worked for her for like 3 days, and she didn't even know. I am the best at sea shanties."
Not
I'm-
cutting off fish heads.
sure.
He was strangely good. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
You can call me Tribute. I didn't know your mother well, but I believe our paths may be similar. We're seeking the woman who's responsible for her death.
I see. So you seek vengeance?
Yes. If you're interested, nothing quite soothes the weary soul.
Tribute. As you start looking at Talos, you do see there is a holy symbol on
Oh.
his chest.
Do I
Go ahead and
know
make a
what it is?
religion check.
Am I proficient in that? Of course I'm not.
It's a dump stat.
That's a 9. Paladunce for a reason.
Never
It's not
mind.
tier.
So with that,
Spicy.
so you have no idea.
But I know it's a holy symbol.
Yeah.
Estelle might know.
He's smarter than me.
Estelle is enjoying his breakfast. You have your breakfast. You have either salt water, filtered, or beer. Your choice.
Are you a holy man? Talos, was it?
Talos, yes. Yes, I do consider myself so. My goddess is the Moon Maiden, Saloon.
I look blankly for a minute, and you can tell behind my eyes I have no idea who that is.
Me noticing this and not wanting Tribute to lose face and say, "Oh, who's Saloon?" Good cover.
She's the goddess of the moon and wayward sailors, much like myself.
You're a wayward sailor?
I've sailed for many years, yes.
I'm a wayward walker.
Oh, I don't know a god for that.
At this time, a well-dressed, scrawny man comes over that you would recognize as Berthan.
Who?
Berthan. He first approached you before you went out looking for Kenju. If
Oh,
you
I was
recall,
wondering.
when he spoke to you, he took a wide walk around you, just did not touch you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Tribute wasn't there for that, so.
That
You
was
weren't.
the episode she
Yeah,
was gone.
they thought you killed a bunch of people, and then kicked medallions into their skulls.
I mean, I have killed quite a few people since
Yeah.
coming to this island, but not in quite such a brutal manner.
Which, just so you know, is something you would know and probably do. So, he comes up and he says, "Well, it looks like everyone who had previously met with me and we spoke, and you had agreed to, is still here. Were you able to find my missing caravan?
We were.
That doesn't sound good.
They were all
No.
dead.
Yeah.
Were you able to recover any of the...
No.
Okay.
Addy did actually have a medallion.
Well, sorry to hear that. But you did find them, they had been killed and robbed, assumedly, by that terrible gang. Well,
Look more like panthers.
Well, no, the Panthers are kind of picking up leftovers.
Oh, please. That's...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
If there's nothing left for you, you did do work, and I feel that you do receive, you do earn payment. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he kind of like starts fiddling with some pouches.
I just pour a cup. I said, sir, far be it for me to ignore free money, but I wasn't part of that. I just got here.
Me neither, sir.
Just give it to me.
Says then,
Okay.
then you all can work it out. And he puts a sack on the table, and he says, I appreciate your work. I will be able to balance the ledgers now and sleep well tonight. Since you have all done this fine work, would you be interested in something else? The shipment that was failed to complete here still needs to go where it needs to go, up to Stormbringer Castle. There are 3 guardians there that are running out of food, and the Jade Council is responsible for making sure they are fed. And it is this dingy little shack town's turn to supply. I have gathered the most of it, but it needs delivered. If you would all be as kind enough to deliver it, I would be happy to pay you.
I'm gonna whisper to Cass, hey, wasn't there something else to do with Stormbringer Castle too?
Weren't we supposed to save
Wasn't there a message or something?
We were supposed to save the daughter of the woman you didn't know something.
Yeah.
That sounds like you stuff.
Valorant.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you for writing stuff down.
Addy took notes.
I would be happy to give you half up front with a deduction for what you'll be taking. And if you deliver it, bring word back from Elwyn. He is a human who is one of the Guardians. You should bring back word to me, or take it right to the Jade Council. We would be happy to reimburse you the rest of the way. I will be here for another week or so. Should anything go wrong and I don't hear back from you in a week, I will assume you were killed and everything was robbed, and I suppose I'll have to spend more time in this shack town. Blech.
When is your shipment scheduled to leave?
Oh, about 2 weeks ago. But we have been, all of our cargo has been harried on the road by these terrible gangs. We have not been able to get any shipment from the Jade Reef. When I had left, I was told that they would close their gates to the populace. Whomever is in the city will be in the city, but very few shall leave. I have permission to be back in, as I am a member of the Jade Council.
Sorry, I'm not Addy.
I'm gonna do
Stop.
a fake wow.
Ah, yes, it's many years of study.
I'm gonna do a legitimately impressed wow.
Yes, thank you.
And then I'm just gonna say, question.
Yes.
What is the Jade Council?
The Jade Council is the ruling government of the Jade Reef, which is the beautiful city that sits on top the massive cliffside of this beautiful pearl of an island.
I said, oh, that sounds lovely.
It is beautiful, a utopia of this sweaty, humid waste.
Well, certainly your goal is admirable. I'm afraid we have a ship to catch.
Afraid so. We'll have to pass.
What is this about a ship?
I'll tell you later.
It sounds like a you thing.
I am going
It
to
is us.
Wait.
I am going to roll an insight. No, I'll just roll an insight check to see. No, I won't. No, I won't roll an insight check. Nikos is an automaladger, and one of the flaws that comes with that, sometimes, trusting everyone without a second thought.
Good.
Yeah.
We're hella trustworthy.
Thank God Addy is gone. Oh my God. They're like, fast forward 6 sessions from now, we're in the streets of the Jade Reef, and Nikos is just standing there butt naked with like 2 bags of cocaine. Like, and Addy's just like, there he is! Thank God. Whew. Okay.
You
yes,
make that joke, but wait till it's reality.
Yeah. Berthin then says, well, I am disheartened to hear this. I will have to search for more brave people to brave these swamplands, I suppose. Well, then...
Check the rec center.
Oh,
It's wall to wall with people. Just imagine him going in there.
and with that, he turns and he walks back to his seat, where you see him pull out a handkerchief, wipe down the seat, wipe down the table, and sit very properly. The bag on the table, 200 gold pieces. Divide amongst yourselves.
Tribute's not going to take any.
Neither was Talos. He wasn't involved.
So we're splitting it between 3?
And Kaz.
And Kaz.
Yeah.
So 4.
So that's 50.
Does,
So
does
50,
Lestelle
50-ish.
want to partake?
50. Okay.
That wasn't there.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
50 that's
he's
50.
here. He didn't care. He was like, have at.
Alright.
Talos is just an actual honest person.
I don't think
Like,
Lestelle would take any unearned gold.
That's so much money.
Did you offer him any of it?
was on
Lestelle,
the
you want a
table.
gold?
Certainly. I am far from my work, and I have dwindling funds. I would
Do
gladly
math.
take any.
Do math again.
Alright, I'm gonna confer. How much should we give Lestelle? He's kind of been pretty helpful.
Yeah, he was really helpful.
We should give him, what, 20?
Oh, I was gonna say 10.
10? Can you hear? He can't
Yeah,
hear
he's
us.
sitting at the table. I would gladly take anything that you would be willing to spare.
Alright, I'm gonna give him 5 copper. I'm just kidding.
Ouch.
That'd be so mean.
Man.
Oh, with the gold divided?
So we're gonna give him 15?
Sounds good.
Yeah, I
And then
suppose.
we'll split the, what is it, 15, 185, split that between the 4 of us?
Man, I think you just made it harder on yourself.
Yeah, I did.
No.
185 divided by 4.
I am gonna at this point, because I was gonna say
If you give him 20, you each get 45.
Okay, let's just give him 20.
Yeah.
Boom.
Just making it easy.
Now, how am I gonna blow this?
Lestelle will take his. As he puts it in his purse, he turns over to Nikos with 10 gold,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, I assume the journey ahead of you will be very long. Consider this a Kickstarter.
I said you're a very generous person, and I thank you for welcoming me. I wasn't expecting to find someone who knew so much about my home, considering my home has been cut off from this world for quite some time.
To be fair, Nikos, I thought you were fiction.
Well, I mean,
To be honest.
Yes, I imagine many people did. Your people have been gone a very long time. Long enough that the general public think you're... Nikos, can I be very honest with you?
yes.
I have found that this life lends very little to those with weak constitutions. We thought, as a people, as an uneducated populace, that you were all just more uptight elves.
And I
not?
opened my mouth to say something, and then I closed my mouth and I just said, actually, no, that is pretty accurate. I am not. To be perfectly honest, I may be a bit biased in accepting that, but I am not very much a fan of my people at this moment, for obvious reasons.
Yes.
Though I would say that myself, I am not. Mourning aside, I'm not that weak of a constitution. I have received the blessing of a powerful creature, and at this point, I just tap my forehead. And now, I didn't mention this when I first described my character. There's a little mark there now, and it didn't always used to be there, but it is a golden flame. It's right here, and it's the exact spot a unicorn's harm would be. And this is and this is for you people who love Xanathar's Guide to Everything, is what I chose as my binding mark.
Ooh. I feel like you were speaking and Tribute had that blank look again, like she didn't understand at all what you were saying, and then you pointed to the shiny thing on your forehead and she's interested again.
Was lost. Oh, he's okay. Yep. Not.
Oh, that's magic.
Yeah.
I can't help you with this one.
Deals with a powerful being as a paladin, I understand.
So, as you wrap up your breakfast, What's everyone doing today?
Alright, so plans.
There was a character moment that I wanted to address because it just kind of got swept up by the guy that showed up.
Yeah, that's fine.
As for your path of vengeance, I myself am not vengeful or violent, although it does sadden me. You guys have done a great deal for my mom, even though she is passed. I will happily accompany you. Just don't expect violence from me. I will happily aid as much as I can.
The world could certainly use more people like that.
I'm gonna look at Kaz. Not like in a scathing way, in like a listen, man.
Oh, I'm
talk
okay with
about
scathing.
this kind of way.
I'm just, I'll turn and say, you've been very polite and nice to me, and even though I'm a newcomer and I vomited all over this one's feet, I'm sorry about that.
It's fine. I made you eat jerky. 3-day-old jerky.
And it says, that would make it worse, wouldn't it?
Maybe.
He doesn't go bad.
Not really.
Yeah.
Might have had some sand on it.
Oh. That sand doesn't matter.
That's not meat. It's fine.
And I'll say, if you'd like, I can lend you my power on this journey as well.
What kind of power is that?
I say, like I alluded to before, I made a deal with a powerful being.
What
I'm not
kind
sure.
of powerful being are we speaking here?
One that is probably very that is still seen occasionally on the material plane and crosses over frequently. They are, I believe the word in the common tongue is unicorn.
Wait, unicorns exist?
You were talking about the material plane, and Tribby was like, I think he said unicorn. He knows what that is.
Alright.
Kaz looks you right in the eyes and is just like stifling hilarious laughter.
And I just look at him and I say, you do know what they use the horns for mostly, right?
Sex?
No, they're sharp as a point. No, that would. Oh my God, no.
I am so sorry that is your brother.
Thank you.
And it says no. They use them for killing dragons. And healing.
No.
Wait, unicorns kill dragons?
No.
You made a deal with a unicorn that kills dragons? I'm like shaking his hand. You're so awesome.
I mean, I don't know if the unicorn I had to deal with made dragons.
No, it's fucking.
Look at him.
No.
Look at his.
No.
Look at his leaf. His
Come
leaf
on.
coat.
It's a horse with a sword on its face.
That's a horse with a sword on its
It
face.
eats my dragons all the time.
Well, I mean,
I think what your reason was definitely worse.
I think it would depend on the unicorn in particular, but
Did your unicorn have a name?
Althea.
Althea. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Fair.
And what do you know of dragons and unicorns?
Okay, look, I know dragons are big and they breathe fire and
Kaz?
people, and I know what.
Can you read?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all.
Okay.
I think
That was-
it became a question because you thought horns were for sex.
Yeah.
No,
Because I've never read that in any book about unicorns.
it's just like the phallus.
No.
But it's
You- but-
On
pointy.
its forehead.
But
Yeah.
you know how a horse works,
Sweetie.
right?
It's
You know where a horse. You know how a horse
it's
works.
symbolism.
No.
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 Come on.
I'm glad you thought it was symbolism. That's cool, but no.
No.
Lore lesson for the folks at home. Actually, it's believed that the first description of unicorn was a description of a rhinoceros.
Okay.
She
Elephant
has that
skull.
pitying look back on her face as she's looking
It was
at
described
Kaz.
as having the feet of an elephant and the tail of a lion, and
I like that
far
so
off.
much better for a unicorn.
Yeah. No, they do have the unicorns, as traditionally depicted, have cloven hooves. They look almost like a cross between a horse and a deer. Male unicorns will be depicted with a little beard, and they do have a
What?
like a goat beard, like a goat
All right.
beard,
That's
like a
good.
little goat.
All right.
No,
All right. So with this, with everyone looking at Kaz, and his joke not landing, he very awkwardly stands up in a huff and just walks out and walks back in and goes, "Let me know what we're doing." And then he walks back out.
All right, when he walks out, I'm gonna pat him up and say, "You're really cool. We need to talk more." And I'm gonna walk out and follow Cass.
Before you get up,
Where are we going?
Yeah.
what are we doing today? What is the plan for the group now?
It sounds like we're going on the warpath for revenge.
No, that is correct. No, that's fine.
That's one option.
But at this point, what's the plan? Cass and Tribute have just received a missive to meet with Saywin. There's just a quick rundown of what's going on is that you did find the hidden temple of Umberly. You were asked to take food to Stormbringer Castle, where you were requested to go by Valorant.
No.
Right, but you can always talk to him again. You can always, the game works that way. Just re-click talk.
Re-accept the side quest.
Yeah,
You have to give that whole spiel again? No.
If all else fails, load from a previous save.
Yeah, load a previous save where Addy is still here.
Please.
Valoran, who spoke of Traqueus, who you know is to be incredibly powerful. They both want you to go save their daughter at Stormbringer Castle. The Lost Temple of Umberly, the sunken ship of the Nestaline that Umberly sunk. You were just paid by Berathan for your job, so that's knocked out. And you guys are on the warpath against Captain Anna. And Tribute wants to try and seek out if there were any kind of mysterious underground medics.
Well, that was mostly to find Anna. So if we know where
Okay,
Anna's
there you
ship
go.
is,
Oh, I was
that's
gonna say, if you're looking for medics,
duh.
Other than that, that's pretty much what's on the plate now.
Okay, that's somewhere I was gonna go before we went through all that.
Okay, so what do you got? What do you got, Courtney?
I was gonna go with Spaxy's town. Aren't you at Spaxy?
Yes.
Did you want to go check that out?
Yeah, eventually, but I was gonna get to that.
So
I know if I knew there were possibly more of me, I'd want to find them.
womp womp.
So as I see it, pressing issue number 1, Captain Anna needs to be stopped.
She
Or
needs to die before she kills anyone else.
She will undoubtedly come for Cass again. As a side note to that, the mistress of the rocking ship, Captain Saywin, has requested that we go see her.
What's the
By
rocking
we,
ship?
I mean Cass and I recommend that we go.
Later.
Alright.
It's probably a good idea.
I think it's a good idea that we're friends with her, to be honest.
You two can go do that.
Yeah, I don't think Saywin likes me very much.
Not a fan of hers.
Not a bad assumption considering she did not summon you. So, tentative plans. Pencil this on your schedules. Cass and I go to the rocking ship. You all do something in town? I don't know what your interests are. We reconvene here. Follow your directions. Try and track Captain Anna's ship.
Perhaps we should prepare for the journey ahead of us. If you'll all have me, I'd be happy to come with you. With my newfound power, I don't think I'm ready to go back to the library yet. I think I'd like to explore this a little bit more.
You're always welcome. Cool.
Thank
old
you.
Guy
Thank you,
with
Breeze.
Stell.
Yes.
Cool old guy with stuff.
No,
Cool
I
old
wanted
guy
it to
with
be
style.
cool old guy.
Like that's his Pokemon. That's his Pokemon trainer name.
Yeah, it's cool old guy with stuff.
Yeah.
All I have is Abras, that's it. It's better than that kid who has fucking Kakuna.
I mean-
Fuck that kid, he sucks.
We're on an island, it's just Magikarp.
Yeah, it's just Magic cards.
Yeah.
Magic,
It's just Magic
the best Pokemon in the game.
And then occasionally you go into like the tide pools and there's a Starmie there.
But you never catch it.
No.
Because all you have is Magikarp.
And then the Gyarados shows up, and you're just like, and you realize you're out of Pokeballs. And you're just like, no, now I have to actually
Everybody
try and
figure out
train
what
this
Pokemon your
Magikarp.
D&D
You have
character would
you have 65 Magikarps.
Clefairy.
Cass is not allowed to have an Eevee.
Have
That's
bud.
just you.
I was thinking of Agislash.
I should have
But-
known.
But statistically, it makes sense for her.
I'll try.
For, you know.
So,
'cause
in character,
The, you know, all siblings.
I'm all for
Every
Yeah.
sibling is
if
different.
Yeah.
we're in unison on
You're the
going
only
on the
one that
war
I was-
path.
Hold on a second,
That
guys.
makes sense.
Go ahead.
I'm all for if we're going on the war path to kill Anna. I'm all for that. But after that, I came here on a mission, and I've been sidetracked for much too long. So after that, I would like to go to Tabaxi Town to at least look for some leads on my family. I would like for you guys to come, and I would appreciate it, but if you guys want to do something else, it's understandable. But this, I've started, I've been involved with it, and I'll finish it.
Listel pipes up. It would occur to me that if this Captain Anna had enough forces to combat you, and in my experience against her, though they are very, very incompetent people, they are fair fighters. And if she has in fact joined this gang that is pushing the local government into a corner, I would think that we would need to amass a bit of power or leverage against such a force that is growing now,
And there's possibly 17 more.
with possibly 17 more. If we found that ship now, what would we do? Would we fight a whole ship of pirates on the ocean? Would we win?
You know, that's why you're old. You're smart.
The wisdom comes I've read many books, mostly fiction stories that could never be true, but today I've learned that sometimes fiction is not as strange as life.
But what? Are we going to let her retreat? Get more forces? For now, it is simply Captain Anna and her crew. They didn't complete what they made to do. They're not part of the Boiling Sea gang yet. They killed Mazhug, unfortunately. They did not kill Sewan or Lorenzo or any of us. You think that'll be good enough for them?
That we know of.
Even then, she still has the weight of her full crew on her ship.
I think what he's saying is we need to amass our own group of fighters.
From where? The townspeople?
Or may I suggest not getting her on her home territory? If she is surrounded by her men on her ship, she has the advantage. If she does not, however, if you wait till she strikes again with
Why don't we
fewer
just
men,
sink the ship? Find a way to sink it from the shore. If we blow a big enough hole in it using something, we could potentially have them at a disadvantage, if not win the fight completely.
Does anyone know how to make bombs?
No, but there's that crazy guy with the underwater gear. Maybe he knows something.
Wait a minute, underwater gear?
I don't know if that guy knows anything, to be honest.
Maybe he does. He's crazy.
Mural.
Yeah.
He didn't have any bombs when we went down to the ship.
Well, at the
Maybe
very
he
least,
does.
if we have underwater gear, we could get under the ship, and maybe you could ice knife it,
Possibly. It may work.
or some other spell.
It may
I've got a
work,
couple
yeah.
of spells. I could punch tiny holes. No, I'm not sure I could punch a big enough one.
What's stopping them from just getting another ship, though, and getting away? There's no guarantee that we'll actually get them if we sink their ship.
If they should return fire from their ship, I would assume they are more fortified for this type of thing than we on the beach.
This is true.
So we're back at square one.
Well, we lure her out is your idea, right?
Mm-hmm. A sailor's home is at sea. If you get her away from her ship and her crew, we'd have the advantage.
I want to say we could try to bait her with Cass, but she'd probably bring too many people for us to deal with. Unless we could get the whole town to back us. Or,
And what's
and this is a
guaranteed?
shot in the dark. Oh, go ahead.
What's guaranteeing that she won't attack multiple places again if we lure her out? She might know it's a trap.
As long as you find out where she is, the crew isn't much without their captain.
Perhaps we should sit on it. I'm going to go and buy some supplies for the road. I'm not sure what that jungle looks like, but I'd like to be prepared for it. And Lestel stands up and he folds his napkin and he says, perhaps we should meet here shortly after noon. He kind of looks at a small watch from his pocket and he shakes it, a little bit of water drops out and he says, it's roughly about 9. Plenty of time for us to gather what we need.
Can I do a perception check to see if it actually is 9 or if his watch is broken?
Roll a nature.
Nature?
I really wish this was like a TV show so we could cut to Addy getting his ass kicked in the jungle at the same time.
That didn't work.
You have no idea. Now that we've had our nice breakfast and plenty of drinks, perhaps a more relaxing day. Cut to Addy just thrown against a tree, hands and feet chained together, and just people are like, I seen this on Popeye, and he starts spinning his arm around and just socks him in the face. No way of defending himself.
How did he know what
I
Popeye
was
is?
gonna say, yeah.
The entire like the animation of this episode, all of the nice things you guys do now is like smash cut to Addy being viciously beaten.
Everybody laughing at Kaz because he thinks a unicorn's horn is for hard cut to Addy being whipped.
You're done and he's just on the ground covering his head and people are stomping on him.
This episode brought to you by Addy Suffering.
But still alive.
I'll give you
Barely.
that commission.
By alive, question mark? Okay, so what we'll do is everyone think about what you'd like to do in this town. I know what the two of that Cass and Tribute are going to do. If anyone actually wants to go with them, you can.
I'd like to accompany.
I'm curious as to what the rocking ship is.
Oh,
So
God.
I
Me doing something.
yeah.
Me,
So-
you, and Kaz.
Nikos episode 1. Get Nikos a whore.
Please.
Set him up for Addy. Come on,
Get
let's do it.
Nikos
All right.
laid.
So, not going to the rocking ship is going to be Adela and Breeze. So, think about some stuff you might want to do. I will come back to you after we have done a little bit of the exchange at the rocking ship.
Lestel and Kaz, too.
Lestella's going out to just buy his stuff.
I know.
Kaz is actually probably going with him, unless you guys wanted to do. If you want to interact with Kaz or Lestelle, you can, but they're
to
basically
follow Kaz. didn't you?
Yeah.
okay. You can, then we'll come back around to do that. Just think about what the two of you want to do. You might be on your own, so run around that. Everyone should have
big again.
everyone should have like a significant amount of gold now, right? A fair amount to spend. So think about what you might
Counting
take
on
with
you.
you. There's pretty much everything is for sale here. Livestock or horses is hard to find, though not impossible. You're going to be doing a lot of traveling, and it's good to have a goal. With that, everyone wraps up their meals. They stand up. Their plates are bussed. And heading outside, walking towards the docks, towards the rocking ship, is Nikos, Tribute, Cass, and Talus. Everyone else kind of disperses amongst themselves. Walking down that very long pier, you see at the end a dwarven woman who seems to be pretty well bandaged up. You see that she's still wearing partial armor, but it looks like the places that are bandaged do not have armor. But she's sitting on a stool just at the gangplank that leads to the dock, and she has, laying on her lap, a large battle axe that she is, with a whetstone, just sliding across, making sure it's sharp. And as the four of you approach, she looks up and says, "Well, If it isn't the performer and the brush thrower. You've brought friends. Why?
Do you ever meet someone and they set their mind to something and you can't turn them away?
Yes.
That's why.
I'm
gonna genuinely smile when I see Holly okay, though, because legitimately thought she was maybe dead.
Yeah. Well, the mistress was looking for you. And, you bring such weird company.
And you seem to keep such weird company. I don't quite understand.
She rubs the beard that's growing in now. Go. The workers, they should be about their chores. We're opening again tonight, so we're getting the place ready.
I just want to know who Holly thinks is weirder without having to ask, because that's an Addy thing. I just want to ask.
I am probably the weirder looking
He's
one.
orange.
Yeah, I am like
Cape of leaves.
a cape of leaves, a cape of autumn leaves, and it's the middle of the summer.
That's so.
So
I'm a 6'4" or half orc with his hair pushed back and
See,
pretty
but
seashells.
She's seen a half orc before.
Well, not
So-
an effeminate one.
So with that, she just kind of like points her head back at the door, and when Tribute and Cass go up, she doesn't really react, but when Nikos and Talus walks back, she narrows her eyes and glares.
That does not make me uncomfortable at all.
I'll just kind of smile and wave.
The eyes narrow harder.
So the distance between Holly and the ship, I'm going to turn to Talus and Nico. Nikos, your names both end in S.
Yeah, I realize that's kind of weird.
Well, certainly, I don't think there's any reason why you shouldn't come aboard the ship. It's maybe best if you don't meet with the captain. She doesn't exactly take kindly to strangers, especially after the events of last night where she was almost murdered. Unless you have a specific reason.
So it wasn't just my mother that was...
Look, I threw a brush at someone's face, and she started killing people.
Ooh.
Captain Anna.
Okay.
That's a little extreme.
Isn't it? It's so she's upset, wanted to kill everybody involved.
My mother was
including.
She
Listen,
said
the logic of an angry woman you can't always understand.
she said your mother laughed at her or humiliated her or something like that.
That sounds about right.
Holly looks back to all of you and goes, I'm praying every moment that gangplank snaps and you all fall into the ocean.
I'm glad I'm praying harder that I don't.
Narrows her eyes. Do you go in?
Yes.
As you enter in, you see, again, very familiar. But this more to the first time. The rugs have been laid out and the furniture has been rearranged. The lights have not changed, they're still bright and they illuminate the inside of a cargo ship that is dressed as a whorehouse. The lights have not been dimmed to hide the blood and the wear on the walls, and that strange aroma has not yet filled these rooms. And that tinny music doesn't play. But you do see there are quite a few people mulling around, sweeping, brushing cobwebs out of corners. There's a bar to the left that you hear bottles are being emptied into other bottles and glasses set aside. And you look straight ahead to where you see the door that leads to Saywin's office.
I will proceed. I'm going to kind of like put out a hand for you guys to stay. Just kind of like, this is my like, listen, I've warned you, I've tried to stop you. Kind of like. But I guess Cass and I will proceed.
Okay.
Is there anyone that approaches us, the two dudes just standing around?
No, but there are a lot of people around, but they seem to just kind of ignore you.
Okay.
Now, do you want to wait in this room or do you want to go with them?
I'm going to wait for like a few seconds, just kind of shift my leg from one to another, realize that I'm incredibly bored, and go in.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to stand here by myself in a whorehouse.
So as Cass and Tribute go to the door, you knock, and the sultry voice, "Come in."
By the time they enter, we look
And
right behind them.
as the two of you enter and the door begins to close behind you, a hand hits it, and it's Nikos, who walks in behind his Taos.
I'm going to somberly creep in because I didn't want to stand alone outside.
Oh God, you're multiplying.
We do seem to have a habit of picking up strays.
I understand. Leaving the bar now is Listel, Kaz, Adela, and Breeze. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna run up to Kaz and say, "Hey, come with me." And I'm just gonna whisk him away.
Strong arm.
Okay, listen. I need you to make a strength check. Because as soon as you grab him, he just goes limp.
11.
He just dead fishes in your arms, and his mass falls right onto yours, and you begin to stumble. Give me a strength saving throw if this does anything to change this roll.
17. 16.
I feel like you dropped that, but we'll take it because there's no need to draw this out. He goes limp, and you just you begin to back down, and you get your back, and you push him back up, and he goes, "What? What?"
It's like, I want to do something for you.
Oh,
I want to buy something for you.
oh,
Come on.
ew. Okay. And he'll go with you.
Okay.
Adela?
I'm gonna just go, I guess, wander town and see what there is to see. I haven't really seen much of town.
Okay. So there's pretty much two places you can go that you have not yet. There is a land-based domestic area, and there are the there's a starboard market, which you've been on, but you've never really perused. You've only gone to see Meryl and pretty much shipped off from there. Where'd you like to go?
Let's do the Star Market.
Okay. So you pretty much follow everyone to the market. Now, Breeze,
Yes.
Kaz is following you with the quotation marks of enthusiasm.
Alright. I want to go to, like, a wood craftsman. Like, the best one you can find in the small area.
Okay. There are some more established shops.
Mhm.
There's a lot that seem to just be built and then broken down at the end of the day, but there are shops there that are still just half squares with small doors to get in and out of, but they're built into the dock. They're sturdy and they can withhold a storm. That's the people who live in the domestic area and make their living on the docks. And there is a woodworker who, in fact, is there.
Yes, I'll go there.
Okay.
And I'll go in there, and Kaz will follow me. I'm going to reach in my bag of holding and pull out Kaz's loot. And I'm going to give it to the woodworker. I'm going to say, Kaz, you're not Kaz, but Kaz, whatever you want, get it engraved.
You swam out to get that?
Yes. What's a performer without his instrument?
Breeze.
I know you weren't feeling well, but you need this. This is part of you. I would die for my loot.
That's excessive, man.
It might be.
Thank you.
It probably is. But here, please. Anything. With anything I can afford.
Okay. Yeah. All right. He is going to have. He's just going to lean in, and he is going to whisper something to the engraver, and the engraver is going to nod, and he's gonna be like, "He's paying for it. Could you tune it up too?" And the engraver just, "Oh yeah." And he winks at him, and he winks at you, and he goes, "Thank you. Not just for this, but for last night.
Anytime, man.
That was Cass and I. We just left home, and I invited myself, and she's been killing left and right, literally. But I haven't. I usually hide and I yell at stuff at her. It helps though. It helps though. I'm helping still.
Very much so.
Yeah, thank you.
All the time.
But don't tell her,
Never.
please,
I
because
won't.
if she knew, she would worry.
It's between the two of us.
Thank you.
Between two wonderful bards.
Okay, there's at least bards. Have you seen me do sea shanties?
You're amazing.
It's so good.
Like you were born for that. Like I wanted to get up there and perform with you, but I wouldn't be able to hold a
Alright, come on. Listen, he leans in, he goes, everyone's here really stupid, alright? It's really easy. They're just dumb. Just kind of open up your legs, bounce back and forth, and just yell ARG a lot. You fucking love it.
Alright, next time you go on stage, I'll join you.
Okay.
Man, the thought.
Alright.
Say the word.
Was there anything else you wanted to do?
That was the main thing I wanted to do. I wanted to give
Okay.
him back his thing and
Get some inspiration for that.
stuff.
Aw.
For winning over someone who hated you for no reason.
Bless Kaz.
Adela?
Wandering the market.
Okay. We'll come back around to you then.
Oh,
Yes.
I wanna after the engraving, I wanna go find Guadalupe.
Okay.
He's solely yours now.
He's
Okay.
coming.
Okay. So it's going to take a little bit of time for the engraving, and as you're standing there, as this moment passes, it's quiet, and then it gets weird. You just kind of like look away from each other for a couple minutes. That silence is broken up by just this fist. Just on one side of you, there's rusted swords, and on the same side, pushing the swords out of the way, you look hungry and underarmed. Perhaps you could take some jerky.
I'm just gonna turn around and hug him.
And he goes,
I'm
he throws the swords and the jerky in the air, and he's
He can't see my face.
no, he's freaking the fuck out. Go ahead and give me a strength check. You'll contest it.
Man, why is strength my fucking dump stat? 6.
Because you're a bard.
Oh my god.
Chalk me up for another 20.
Oh boy.
Guadalupe, he freaks out and just slams his head into you, leans back, and just kicks you. You start going over the edge.
Man.
Kaz leans forward to grab you. Give me a dexterity saving throw with advantage.
Okay, dexterity I'm good at.
Sarah, did you get me?
Not
for
really.
earlier?
Advantage.
Advantage.
That
Oh,
I
thank
didn't
God.
use 'cause I
And it's a
disadvantage.
saving throw, right?
Yes.
That's much better.
So
19,
you get your
I
proficiency
did
die.
roll.
20.
Come on.
No, it's 20.
So when you get advantage, you don't
One.
roll
Unless
the
we should
proficiency
add-
die.
24.
No, we do. You take the highest. So roll. I mean, you've
Roll.
got it. You've got it. No worries. But roll it just to get used to it.
24.
There's a good reason for that too. Okay, so Kaz leans forward and he tries to grab onto your arm, and you're able to just grab onto his arm, and he grabs onto you and pulls you forward. Kaz is going to just immediately turn like, "What the fuck, dude?" And he's gonna swing.
Ah!
That will definitely hit.
Fuck him up, Kaz.
Even with the minus, he is going to
boy.
be dealing a staggering 1 point of damage.
Alright, can I jump in between them after the punches through?
Proud of
Yeah.
him.
Alright, I'm gonna jump in between and say, whoa, 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 whoa. Guadalupe, can you recognize me now?
He's like, Addy?
Breeze!
Breeze, I'm sorry, there's so many people. They're
Breeze.
giving me stuff.
Alright,
Are
calm down.
Are you
relax.
interested in the boat? Because it's gone now.
Don't worry about the boat.
Did it?
Wipe the boat from your mind.
I can't. It was there. Now it's gone. Did I sell it? Did I do this?
You've done plenty. You've done a good job.
I didn't get paid for the boat.
I'm gonna give him. How many silvers and a gold?
10.
I'm gonna give him 10 silver. So I'm gonna give him 1 gold.
He goes, oh, that was more than Addy gave me.
Of course it is.
No, wasn't.
And I'm gonna say, just sit tight right there. That was a really good kick. You're a strong one.
I don't know where it came from. It was like entrepreneuring.
You're a good one.
Thank you.
Say, Kaz, calm down. He works for me. He didn't. I hugged him and he didn't recognize. Don't worry. It's all good. Thanks for saving me though.
Yeah, man, Okay, he smells. Why are we talking to him?
Because he runs my jerky stand.
You have a jerky stand?
Yeah, I have a jerky stand. Where do you think I have lots of jerky? I don't know. I go in my pocket and pull out this handfuls of jerky.
Okay, look, I know. Like we're making up and stuff. I thought you hunted that. I thought you went out into the jungle and hunted that.
That's a lot of jerky to hunt.
I know, but you've been here a while, and maybe that's what you do in your free time. I don't
been
know.
here that long. But
A
yeah,
giant cat. I don't know.
I'm a tabaxi. Don't call me
Okay.
a cat. We're a little bit different.
That's okay.
We're
You're right.
we can
I'm
talk.
sorry. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah. Listen, I just found out unicorns' horns work for sex. So a lot of stuff is.
Where did you hear that?
You know,
did you just come up with that? You're on your
the
own.
bar. That's what they.
Yeah,
That's what they do.
The bar isn't the
But
best
that's what
place for
he's doing.
that kind of
Education.
information.
Yeah, well, you know, I didn't really go to school either.
Neither did I.
I know. I can tell. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Sorry.
Be yourself.
Homeless guy. What does he want?
Oh, he's. Gotta play. What do you want? What do you want in your life?
I want to sell this boat that's gone. Sea swords and a jerky.
You want to come with us? We're going on a trip.
Oh God.
And
And leave the dock?
Yeah.
No,
It'll be fun.
I can't.
And we'll get good sea swords.
I can't leave the dock.
Why not?
I don't know.
Sure.
I've never left the dock since I've been here.
How did you get here?
I don't know.
Come with us.
Roll a persuasion.
I have proficiency in persuasion, don't I?
So I was going to ask,
I
how does
don't.
expertise work?
You roll twice.
Yep.
Ah,
18.
18.
Yes.
I guess
I was
I've
just curious. I don't have expertise.
I've never done it. I guess I could do it. I could entrepreneur it.
Exactly.
Okay. Should I bring the jerky and the swords?
Go to the jerky stand and get. Do I have a bag? I have my old bag.
Okay.
My old bag that I put my bag on. I'm gonna give him my bag. I'm saying go to the jerky stand and fill this with jerky, and then meet us at the shipwreck. You know where the shipwreck is?
Please don't leave without me.
We won't. I promise.
Just wait here. I'm afraid.
Okay. Go there and come back.
Okay.
By the time you come back, we should be done with the engraving. We'll wait.
Cool. And he just kind of slowly walks off.
Okay.
All right. So, Adela, anything?
You just changed this man's life.
I've never been to this, so I don't know
I'm gonna make him.
Okay.
what's there.
Okay, so as you're walking around the starboard pier, it's heavy with people. It's like the deck itself, it creaks and it whines under the weight of everybody. The sun is starting to rise a bit more. It's getting a bit hotter, but you're now very close to the sea, so the ocean is cool and breezing through the water of your head.
No, the temperature really bothers me.
The crowd is dense, and there's and as you look around, you see there are two stands, but there's nothing in the stands anymore. There's no one there, but there are two signs that hang. One says meat, and the other says fruits. There are people shouting for fabrics to be sold. Just fabrics. There is the almost absent sound of swords. There are people there selling nets. There are people coming off of boats. There's just a great mass of people right now. There's actually a large boat. It's a fair construction. It doesn't look to be very grand, but there's a series of dwarves coming off of it. You may not be super familiar with dwarves, but they do stand out in the fact that they are very small, but they are significantly wider than regular people. They're closer.
My mind just went to Disney. Are there 7 of them?
There's several. They're closer towards the end of the dock where you had seen Miro. In fact, you may think to maybe go see where he's at now. There's a lot of people selling odds and ends, trinkets, weapons, armors. There is a boat that seems to have candles and small symbols on it. There's what could even be psychics.
I'm gonna go see if I can find Meryl.
Okay. You walk to the end of the dock, and you do, in fact, see Mural. And when you see him, he sees you, and he goes, "A ghost!
No.
Oh,
no.
please! I didn't mean to let you die! It was your friend's fault! It wasn't me!"
I didn't die. I'm
I-
very much alive. See? And
You're-
I'm gonna poke him.
You're not a vengeful water spirit?
No.
And what do you want?
I just wanted to come see you.
Well, the boat's sold. Your friend did good work. I've got money for him.
Oh, okay. That's
Can-
what I came about.
Can you give it to him?
Sure.
Here, and he hands you a large sack. It's heavy.
Okay. Yeah.
He says, "Well, I mean, if you're asking, I'm gonna jump on a boat and go somewhere."
Oh. I was not what I came to ask you about either.
And what do you want?
I want to know what you do with explosives.
Explosives?
Yes.
I mean, a couple things. I could probably put one together. Do you have black powder?
No.
Well, then you need black powder. If you have that, I could...
Where do I find that?
I don't know, in the markets, somewhere. People with cannonballs.
Cannonballs?
I'm not doing this with you. Go talk to someone else.
She's the only one I know here.
Go make some friends. I'm leaving. Soon you'll have no
I'm
one.
apparently not good at making friends.
Then try.
Damn.
I'll be gone by tonight. And he sits back down and starts whittling the stick that is now to a spoon.
I'm gonna throw a pen through tail at him.
What do you do right after?
Walk away.
Okay. So as he sits down, begins to whittle the spoon, make an attack roll. Add your dexterity plus... you're not proficient in throwing animal tails. Roll and add your dexterity. He's
That's just a
prone.
flat roll,
He's
right?
sitting, so you have advantage.
Alright.
Oh,
Please just beat him in the face.
she crit failed at first.
That's advantage. If we do it again...
The 6.
I was just saying, does that not count for the
Well,
rolls?
it has to be the final roll.
So
you
is
marked
he...
out my 20 from earlier, right?
Oh, I did.
As he's sitting there, Adela reaches into her bag and pulls out a tail, which is like maybe 36 inches wider at the base. She grabs the tail, just turns and hucks it. And he goes, "What the?" And he ducks and it splashes into the water. He's like, "Seriously?"
I'm just walking away.
God, I hate this place. You can seek out someone who sells black powder and cannonballs if you want.
Sure.
All right. We'll come back round.
Good luck convincing him to make you an explosive now.
I have a question.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
He might forget.
Does Kaz have a weapon?
He doesn't now.
He doesn't now?
No.
Okay.
Good on him.
What is he proficient in?
Same as you. He's a bard.
Okay, cool.
We'll come back round. So standing in the office of the rocking ship, there is an elven woman. She has pasty skin and kind of a reddish brown hair. She sits and she has orange eyes now. She sits behind a metal desk. The room you're in now is riveted and bolted together metal plates, wall to wall, ceiling to floor, her desk, her chair. And she looks to Cass in tribute and says, "Well, if you're going to bring stray rats onto my ship, you could at least introduce them."
Nikos and Talos. And Talos is the son of the innkeeper on the shore. He's joining us and hopefully
Maz
finding-
Hug's son.
That is what you said,
Yes.
right?
What a disturbing image.
I'm sure she was fond of you.
She wasn't.
That's
Now-
what I was implying.
The other, Nikos,
Yes, that's me.
I like the coloring.
Thank you.
Now, I summoned you here for 2 reasons. The first of which is your friend, the boiled one. He's awake. Should you like to speak to him, you can.
You have a boiled friend? Oh, okay.
He has been asking who showed him this kindness, and I did not find it my place to divulge your identities. If you wish to speak to him, he would like to presumably thank you, or try and kill you for putting him in this state. Either's fine. The other, I shall need to speak to Tribute alone.
Alright. Go speak to the Goliath. I'll meet you in his room.
Alright.
I suppose I'll join you.
Yeah, I guess.
Cool. Okay. Let's go.
Okay, new friends, I guess. So as the 3 of you leave, you see a familiar half-elf. He comes walking up.
I wanted to talk to him, dang it.
He comes walking up, and as he does, he goes to open his mouth, but quickly covers his mouth and goes, "Oh!" And he looks right to Nikos and goes, "You're an Eladrin."
And I just say, yes.
And he takes a step right into your personal space and puts 2 clean, perfectly manicured hands on your face and very gently rubs it. "You're so beautiful."
Kiss him.
I am gonna roll a madness check.
Even better.
So, by the way, listeners, I dumped wisdom.
17.
So that's a total of 18 because I didn't dump constitution.
Okay.
So I have my composure. I'm just gonna very calmly take my hands, put them on his wrists, take his and try like pull his hands away, and then put him at the side and say and then sort of motion the one hand to shake mine and just be like, "Nice to meet you."
And he'll take all of that, but when you go to shake his hand, he turns it around and he looks at your hands, and he goes, "They're perfect." Oh.
And I just look at everyone.
Does anyone want to help this guy?
I just look at the other two of them with this look at my face like, please do something.
Nico's coming. We gotta go. Just.
All right. It's like, yes, nice to meet you. I have to go.
Oh no,
Yes.
I'm supposed to take you.
Oh.
Yes, to the Goliath, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It is. Yes. Okay. Follow me. And he takes you down the hall where you were led before to more of the dorms. Specifically back in the office, Saywin is sitting at her desk, and she kind of sits back, more relaxed in her chair, and she says, "Tribute. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my aid."
It was the right thing to do for all you've done for us.
Yes, it was. Debts were more than paid between us, and I feel that I am in yours now. So as a gift, I wish you to take this. And she reaches under her desk and she reveals a brass and silver box. She puts it on the table and moves her hands back from it. This is the device I have never seen before, but I am fully aware of. This was a device that was created by the Forge King. He created this as a prison for things. Things like Adela. Adela is curious in how little she can recall. I have no reason to disbelieve her. So I want you to take this with you. I know Traquius and Valoran are close, and this may aid you. Things like Adela are undisturbed, immortal. She will roam this world far longer than any of us. Any of you.
I'm gonna look at her kind of oddly when she corrects to any of you.
And should you find that need, should you find her a threat, you need only to make her retreat to her safety, to her trident. And as she does, open the box. It'll be a fight. But you can contain her there, where she will remain until she is released. This goes for all types like her.
There are more.
So many more.
I realize something like this is quite generous of you. I do appreciate it. I hopefully will not have to use it, but when the time comes, it shall be invaluable.
I hope so.
Was this the box that was being used last night? Okay, just making sure.
Mhm.
So I guess I'm gonna step forward to take it. And as I have my hands on the box, I'm gonna kind of look up. If I might be so bold for a moment while the two of us are alone. When you say she'll be here longer than us, what exactly are you?
You're asking a very dangerous question, Tribute. Are you sure you want to know?
If it's too far above my station, you do not have to tell me.
Oh no. All of this information is above your station. But you have been made privy to it. If you feel like you have to know, I believe I owe you at least to tell you.
I have to admit that curiosity is burning at me.
She smiles at that. She'll stand up, and she'll walk behind you to the door, and she'll lock it.
Oh shit.
And when she does, she turns around to you, and you see that she's wearing something not too dissimilar from what she wore before. Kind of a leather vest now with a white shirt underneath. A nice pair of leather slacks to well-polished boots. Kind of that ruffle in the middle. The buttons down covered by the vest. a nice orange and yellow motif to it. She says, "You are a woman of education of things beyond this realm. The education you were taught of those who sit above us all, who make their homes and their own superiority to those here. You serve them. You act on their will. You take their power. I and Adela do not." And she takes a few steps forward, and she begins to unbutton the top shirt. And as she does so more and more, there are many things about this world that people don't understand. People shouldn't understand. It should remain quiet. That at any moment, everything could end in a flash. And she gets to the vest and opens it. And the shirt's still kind of pushed together. You can see that there's skin there now too. There's nothing much underneath. As she steps forward to you now, a bit closer, her shirt now half open. Take 4 points of damage. You feel this intense heat radiate from her, and as it does, you feel your skin tighten and a bit of sweat begin to bead from your head. What this world is, and what keeps it moving, what sustains life, is so much more than you believe, so much more than you can see, and so much more than those petty trifle of beings would make you believe is real and is not. I am proof that your gods hold no sway over this world. And she leans forward and she opens the shirt all of the way. And you see no anatomy. And you see just below where her breasts are, brass. And she looks you in the eyes and slowly puts her thumb into her mouth. And extends her pointer and middle finger and presses them into her eyes.
Oh, jeez.
And you hear it removing her face to reveal an empty skull with nothing but flame on the inside. The voice resonates from nowhere. I am known as the Azir, and I am the child of the Forge Master. I am the element of fire itself. 5 more points of damage.
I get killed just by asking.
By
this
curiosity. I said it was burning me.
question. You know, usually curiosity kills a cat, but not today.
Satisfaction brought it back.
She takes the face and puts it back on, the eyes now hollow, just flames behind them. But the lips move in tandem. My body was forged to be that of a warrior, just as Adela's was. Adela was made to kill me, as she has in the past. She will, likely in the future. The kings of the elements are no less petty than your gods. And to be honest, if it wasn't for the trifling of your gods, the elements may have destroyed themselves. But for now, there is a humble accord. Let's say, mutually assured a destruction is what keeps us all in line. Valoran and Traqueus are near, and they know of my presence. And they are why I cannot leave. But now they know of yours. So this island is to your prison. She puts her clothes back together, turns her back to you and sits behind the desk, and when she turns, everything is back to normal. Enjoy while you can. Take a hobby, like I did.
Is that what the ship is to you? A hobby?
It's more. It's life. The burning of passion feeds me. I remember yours. misery and lust. Feeds me well.
I'm glad. The people here need someone to look after them.
Go. Be careful who you tell. I entrusted you, not them. Many fall as kindling.
It will not leave my lips.
And be gone.
I'm gonna give a tiny little, nod, bow, and exit.
Okay. Walking down the hall is Talus, Cass, and Nikos. You're led down the hall by Tyler the half-elf
Tyler.
to a couple of the dorms. One very specifically doesn't seem to have any number or names or racks for costumes to be set upon. The doors opened, and who wants to go in the room first? Just out of curiosity, just want to know.
I'll go in first.
Okay. Second,
I'll go in.
just like Tyler wanted.
Oh.
Oh no.
I kind of wanted to stay away from him. He seems kind of creepy.
Yeah.
So Nikos, as you go walking in last, you see him leaning against the door and just, beautiful. And then he closes the door.
Okay, I thought there was going to be an ass rope in there, so I'm really glad.
No,
Just a stare.
I've learned my lesson with NPCs who get grabby. It was that last podcast. I fucking figured that out. Inside there is a bed.
That was an Isaiah moment.
Good God. In fact, two beds. Two beds pressed together with the weight of this Goliath pressing them down. You can actually see underneath the bed how it's bent down. Sitting up here, Cass, at least, you see the familiar face of that Goliath. He looks over to you and he says, You?
Yes, me.
Are you the one who brought me here?
Well, me and my friend Tribute.
Was that the little one I stabbed the shit out of?
No.
Or the other one that that killed the other Goliath?
It was the tiefling.
She was persistent. Didn't care for her. So you brought me here. For what? Questioning? You working with the gurus?
The gurus.
Come on. You didn't keep me alive and pay for me to get nursed back to not want information from me.
Well, I suppose I would want to know why you were stabbing all my friends.
Because you work for him.
Him?
Listen, I might not be able to walk, but I can still kick some ass, and I'm not playing this game with you.
Look, sir, I don't know who you think I work for, but I don't work for anyone.
Roll an honor check.
I don't have any.
Wisdom and charisma. Oh,
0 both.
At least they're not negatives.
oh my god, I thought you rolled a nat 20 for a second.
14.
Okay. Kind of narrows his eyes a little bit. Really? You don't work for Ladley?
No.
Wow. So you and your friends beat me within an inch of my life, and you just saved me.
There is far too much death going on around here.
We're in a home of pirates. Yeah, there's a lot of death. Look, I came out a little strong there. I'm Theamo Dorit. I traveled the seas for many, many years in search of my family and the person who was trying to kill them. This gnome named Ladley.
Alright.
And I think I tracked him here as a part of a thieves guild called the Papa Gurus. And I held up in that room because I found out that they got eyes and ears everywhere and shit like that. And when you guys came knocking, it had to be them, right?
Nope.
Well, clearly not. I'm looking for my wife and I'm looking for my son.
And what do you think Ladley did with them? Kidnapped them?
From what I know is he broke into my house decades ago and he stole from my family, but apparently he got caught. But he's not the kind of guy, through rumors, that lets a witness go.
Alright.
So, apparently, a friend of mine, Pat Folio, took them somewhere to hide them from him. I was supposed to meet with him, but by the time I got there, he was gone. He never showed up. So I've been searching for my family for a long, long time. I'm not sure if they're here or they were here, but I know he's here. And if I can kill him, they're safe.
Alright.
But that's not your problem. Thank you for helping me. Go ahead.
I look at him and I'm thinking now about my own family, which is probably much the exact opposite in character.
Yes.
In character, I say, look, I'm sorry to hear about your family. Do you know this Thieves Guild? Are they located in that city on the top of the island that I've heard about?
From what I was able to gather, they're there. A lot of them are there. They have to be. It's the biggest city on the damn island.
So,
But some of them probably here, right? They're a big thieves guild. They have to have their hands in everything. They're thieves.
so you think their base is at Jade Reef, though?
I don't know. This was the farthest from Jade Reef I could be, that I thought I would be safe.
Alright.
But apparently I was, I guess. I mean, I attacked you guys, so...
Well, just a unfortunate misunderstanding.
Yes. I don't have anything to give you as thanks. I didn't have enough money to pay for my room, obviously.
Oh no, I don't need anything.
I hate you've done so much for me now, but if you find Lono, I don't know if he's still going by Lono Dornit or if they changed his name.
Lono Dorn?
Yeah. Just I don't know. I don't think I want him to know I'm here, or maybe they'll come after him too. I don't know. Just make sure he's okay.
Alright.
I'm gonna look for him. Maybe. You know. But thanks.
No problem. And we kind of have our own stuff going on, but I'll keep an eye in and ear out for Ladley and his men.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't. If you find anything out, come tell me. I'll deal with it. It's not your responsibility.
Alright.
He just kind of leans back. The beds creak underneath of him, and he says, "All right. Thanks."
I wanted to find Lorenzo
Okay.
after very carefully stowing that box in my pack.
Okay. Prison box. But elemental prison box.
That sounds dangerous.
So when you get out of Saywin's office, you ask someone to find Lorenzo, and one of the women, her hair pulled back, and she's walking around just kind of like wiping the walls down. She goes, leans in like really close. I heard his girlfriend is here today. He's going to see her.
Has he left to see her already?
I mean, he was in the dorms, and you know what happens in dorms, right? She kind of winks and nudges you really hard.
I'm gonna smile. She's just having a good time.
Yeah. They have sex. He didn't say anything. I okay. Yep. And she just continues to wipe down the walls.
Thank you.
And as Cass, Nikos, and Talus come walking out, the door opens to Lorenzo, who is standing with a longer sleeve kind of sailor's shirt. He's actually wearing like a full-blown sailor's uniform, like white with the hat and the blue thing around it.
Oh, God.
This actually, Talus, you would instantly recognize this to be the dress uniforms of the local Elven Navy.
Okay.
Yes.
Please tell me it's like a Chippendale outfit or something. And he turns around. It's just like assless chaps.
It's like
It's all made with Velcro.
it's what is it? It's part at Josuke, where it comes up to like right here, and it just sits around his hips. Like the black belt is just around his hips, barely holding him up.
Nice. That's your man, Cass.
I don't want it.
Cass, you come to visit me. It's been such a bad day. I was attacked, bound up, which is not so unnormal, but it was violent this time, and someone almost killed me. But your friend Tribute came and saved me.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you're safe, Lorenzo.
I'm glad to see you're safe. Did she come after you?
I'm the reason why she did all that.
Oh, the night with the brush. The night I met you.
Yeah, she's still mad about that.
What a bitch.
Frankly, yeah.
Mm. She just can't get over it. Could you imagine being so obsessed? Pathetic.
No, I can't.
Will you be in town for much longer? I have business to tend to tonight, but I'd love to see you tomorrow.
I'm not sure if I'll be here tomorrow, actually.
I mean, it's not like he's got to be like, I got to fuck some people tonight, and maybe tomorrow we can hang out and you can smell it. Yeah, no, he's trying, no, yeah.
Trying to be nice about it.
We may be traveling soon. I don't know how soon.
Well, tomorrow, I'll be at the bar, and I'll wear something more appropriate than this, but I should be easy to spot.
Yes, I'm sure.
Good. I look forward to it. It's planned.
Yes.
It's a plan.
A normal plan.
A normal plan with friends.
Yes.
And he kind of smiles, and he looks to your companions, looks over at Talus, and goes, "Oh, is this right?"
You're missing some parts, but
And he turns around, and it's very evident he's missing some parts, and he goes, "This is supposed to be this way."
well, then you're spot on, I suppose.
And
He's Cass doing like the eye shield.
and he looks over to Nikos and goes, "Oh, you must be new."
He's with us.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I the motif was perfect. Wow.
I just look down at what I'm wearing, and I'm just like, and I look back up, and I just like, thank you.
It's
Listen, important question. Do they have Feywild whorehouses?
They do. I was going to roleplay Nikos as asexual and probably an eternal virgin to go along.
So he's like a fish out of water.
Completely. That was my thought. I was just like, it's like, okay, so there's a brothel in town. The brothel has been important to the plot. I can't not do it this way. I have other personal reasons for doing it that way, but I won't get into that unless we do the Q&A afterwards.
yeah. Okay. So with that, he politely excuses himself, and he saunters off. Everyone meets back up. Tribute, you wanted to talk to somebody?
I want to talk to Lorenzo.
Oh, he's gone now.
I know.
Yeah, he's
So
gone now. He's got work to
I'd
do.
meet up with Cass and
Okay.
ask if Lorenzo is around.
Yeah, he seems fine.
Does he?
Yeah.
I'm glad. I said some rather mean things that night that I wanted to make sure he didn't take to heart. I didn't want him to get hurt.
Oh. Well, he seemed fine-ish. I mean, as much as my interactions with him go, he didn't ask me out on a date. It was just a plan with friends this time, so I guess that's a step up.
Are you gonna go?
I don't know. I mean,
As to not tread this water again. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We're in the middle of the day right now. We have a whole day to get through. So as you all leave the ship. Yes.
Important. I don't know what color Tribute blushes because she's already pink. That was definitely happening when she left Saywood's office.
Okay. Everyone notices the
Just
hard
throwing
blush.
that out there.
I would say pink. It would probably be red. There would probably be like a regular red on a face.
That's an important detail.
Make a note of that, I guess. So back on the docks, the engraving has been finished. Kaz gets the loot back and he looks it over. Phelan has been engraved on the neck of the guitar.
I'm gonna look over his shoulder and say, Phelan. It's a beautiful name.
Well, it is. And you think with someone with such a beautiful name would pick a better name than Cazifer?
So it's Shut up. I won't tell anybody else.
Yeah,
My name's actually Breezifer.
you're making fun of me, aren't you?
A little bit.
All right, listen. Espinato, or whatever the hell that guy's name is. He should be coming back. Are you sure you want to take him with us? He seems to be annoying.
I'll probably just have him bring some jerky, and then I'll probably just have him just wait. I won't have him fight with us.
Okay. I mean, I just keep an eye out on him.
We'll do.
I mean, that I surely believe the moment we get to the jungle, a panther will pound to kill him and take him away. I don't think anyone's going to do anything to help him.
I will.
All right. And he comes sauntering back, and he has taken off all of his clothes, and he has wrapped them in jerky. And he's dragging these bags, these makeshift bags of clothes, with jerky in them. One like his pants were tied at the legs, and the waistband is stuffed with jerky, and his shirt he's just kind of dragging jerky with, sitting on top. And he goes, "All right, here it is. It's all the jerky." And then I pushed the stand into the ocean so we could have it when we come back.
On second thought,
Hey, you regretting it now?
Like, they can't not do
little
it
bit.
now.
a little bit. On second thought,
He already pushed the stand in the ocean.
yeah, I'm trying to think of what to do with him now.
Eddie's
Alright.
in prison, like almost feeling bad for not paying Swordly. Oh shit, I forgot about that guy.
Okay, so I'll just take him. This is what I'm gonna do. Guadalupe, have you ever been in a fight?
I kicked you really hard. Did that count?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I was thinking about bringing you with us, but there's probably gonna be fighting, and I kind of don't want you to.
I have sea swords. I can fight.
You know what? I'll take a sea sword.
Really?
Yes.
Sure.
I'll just give him five copper.
And he hands you a sea sword. The sea sword will shatter no matter if it hits or not. If it does hit somebody, it will deal 2d6 poison damage.
That's not bad.
Yeah, because your skin is raked with disease.
That's cool. I'm gonna give it to Cass.
It works once.
I'm gonna give it to Cass.
He says, "Wow, thanks," and he leans
And
in.
I'm gonna whisper to him, I'm gonna get you a real one later. Just hold that one for now. It's for him.
He takes it by the handle and he holds the hilt with like his index and his thumb. He goes, "Wow, thanks." And he just holds it there.
And I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna tell Guadalupe, put at least your shirt back on, and I'm gonna see if I can get you to work at the shipwrecked.
Okay.
Why not his pants?
He's wearing something.
He grabs his shirt and he pulls it, and all of the jerky that was sitting on top of his shirt flies into the crowd. He puts it on.
And say, just go to the shipwrecked. We'll find you.
I bet the pants we're holding were jerky.
They are.
Yeah, they're full of jerky.
So I said, it's probably a good thing you didn't say pants.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks, and you could see where the dock reaches the shore. It's only about like 20 feet. He starts to very slowly walk towards the sand, and he stops right at the threshold and just stands there.
What have I gotten myself into? The sand is not the way to the shipwreck, is it?
Yeah,
It is, okay.
Yeah.
So keep going.
Just kind of looks back at you, and he just shakes his head no.
Alright, come here.
All right, he walks back over.
Alright, you're just gonna come with us. And I'm gonna
Okay.
go take me, him, and Kaz are gonna go to... How much should I have to pay for the engraving?
The engraving, for the engraving, and there's a tune-up. Engraving, we'll say, was probably like 7 silver, and then a tune-up is like 7 silver, 5 copper.
Okay. So... Cool.
Wasn't like inlaid with anything with like gems or jewels. It was just kind of wood carved in.
Yeah, I figured we
Yeah,
wouldn't get
it
anything
wasn't-
that cool
Yeah,
here.
it's really nothing that they could probably do in a day.
Right. Still nice.
No.
All right, so I want to go to
Sure,
like a
I knew
weapon
that.
shop.
Okay. There's one nearby.
Okay. I'm gonna say, can
Everything,
I
technically.
get a rapier?
Oh, sorry.
Breeze. I don't want another.
Relax.
No.
I'm not getting you a sword.
Okay. Because you said you'd get me
I
one.
give him my staff. I'm giving you this.
I don't even.
I know you
No.
don't want it, but you might need to at least fend someone off from attacking you. It's a
don't-
non-lethal
no,
weapon.
I don't want to rely on that. That's what Cass does. That's Cass's way.
Then what will you do to keep yourself safe when she can't?
I will do what I have always done.
Hiding doesn't always work.
It works most of the time. It's worked up to now.
It only takes one time to die.
Yeah.
How would Cass feel if you died?
Well, I would certainly blame her.
That's not the right answer. How would you feel if Cass died?
Well, I would blame her, and then me, and then maybe you. You're in this now.
I guess. But here, at least take this.
Okay. He'll take the quarterstaff.
And I'll buy myself a rapier.
Okay.
Rapier is what, D8?
It is
Yep.
a D8.
Yep.
And how much will a rapier cost?
8,000 gold.
Shut up.
It's in the book. We'll get the. It's not that much. We'll get it later.
It shouldn't be. I should have enough.
Yeah. As you were looking at this weapon shop, there's all manners of weapons. You see a lot of cutlasses. It's kind of the known weapon of pirates. As you look around, you see that there are daggers, short swords, bows, crossbows. There are great swords. A great many of them are just kind of decently made. It doesn't look like they're of any kind of like dwarven craft or any real quality. But you do see that there are few. But there are firearms. And you actually have one now.
I do. I would like to buy. The firearms I have now, are they at least usable or decent? They won't obviously backfire and blow my hand up.
The one you have now was used. You've seen it been used in action that it worked. So you do know that it's functioning.
Okay. I would like to get.
You have very little rounds for it, though.
That's what I was gonna do.
Okay.
I was gonna ask if I could get some more rounds and some more black powder, more cartridges.
Okay. The rounds come with the black powder to put them in.
Yes.
So you can carry up to 10.
I have 6 now. I'd like to get 4 more.
Okay. That'll cost you 4 silver pieces.
Okay. And then, do they sell whetstones?
Yes.
I'd like to get 2 whetstones.
Whetstones don't really do anything, so it's kind of said
I
that you
really,
have
I
one.
want a really pretty one. A pink,
Okay.
A pink one.
All right. 3 copper pieces.
All right.
You can try and upgrade your armor if you want.
Ooh, let's do that.
Man,
Okay.
going all
Yeah, let's
in.
do that. Yeah. Listen.
We'll talk offline about any armor and weapon purchases because it's all within your realm that you could buy now.
Yeah.
I just don't want to dig out the book and deal with that right now.
Yeah, I just want to upgrade my armor
Okay.
and get like some cartridges and stuff.
Just so you know, it's like 11:58.
With that, with all of your shopping done, do you want to do? You are going to take Enrique,
Guadalupe.
Guadalupe.
I'm gonna take him to the shipwreck.
Okay. As you're leaving the docks, it's starting to become a couple. It's fairly afternoon at this point. Guadalupe stops at the threshold of the dock and the beach.
I'm gonna put my armor on his shoulder and kind of not force him, but kind of try to ease him this way.
He resists.
What do I do? Does he have a sword?
He does.
I'm gonna take a sword. From him, and I'm gonna try to lure him over with the sword. Like, come on, come get the sword.
It looks like it's working, but he won't cross the threshold.
I'm gonna go behind him and push him.
Okay. Strength. You get him. You stand behind him, and I imagine you don't try to push him to the ground as much as you just try to push him
forward.
As you push him forward and he steps to the threshold into the sand, he immediately drops to the ground and begins to scream. And just is writhing, and blood begins to pour from his nose, eyes, and ears.
Okay, pull him back.
Okay.
Holy crap.
When you drag him back over, he goes still, perfectly still. Swords? Were you looking for some swords?
Okay, I'm gonna leave now. I'm not getting involved in that.
Sir, I have swords. I don't seem to have any on me, but I can find them
I'll give him back his original sword, and I'm gonna leave.
I shall invest in this sword. You shall see.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Kaz just stands stiff and goes, "Okay, bye," and leaves.
Me and Kaz are walking together, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, that was weird, right?
Yes.
What the heck?
I don't know.
Should we tell everybody else?
No.
Okay.
No, enough shit's going on, man. We don't need to deal with that. He's fine. He loves the dock and
yeah. Let's not get involved with that
it's
anymore.
His home, so he's not
seems,
homeless.
It seems like it kind of reset his memory.
Yeah, right.
He just forgot.
He didn't
us?
recognize us.
So maybe that's for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
With that, everyone meets back up, and that's where we're gonna cap it for the night. You need to do something next time.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you have any questions or want to talk about your favorite part of the campaign so far, you can find us on Twitter at Quips and Crits or at Quips and Crits on Facebook. And make sure you rate and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to. But check out our Tumblr or Reddit for character profiles, maps, essays, and just a bunch of other shit from the... Ooh, I swore. And a bunch of other stuff from the cast. Today's music is brought to you by Leon Lischner and friends, and Dennis Murphy's Polka. Links in description.
Long white road down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside.